We are live at Red Parker Field here in Haskell, Arkansas at Harmony Grove High School. Brand new high school being built here at Harmony Grove. They're very excited because tonight is homecoming night, and on the field, festivities related to homecoming. This is Jeff Root. Joining me for the ballgame will be Chase Hartzell, and Chris Babb is our captain. On stats is Jim Rothwell, and on the camera tonight, as always, Coleman Callan. We appreciate you joining us. We're going to go to the coaches show in a minute, but first let me say that Arkadelphia looking for a winning streak here, looking to get to be in very good shape in this conference race before taking on the so far undefeated Ashdown Panthers next week. But first, business to be taken care of at Harmony Grove High School. Harmony Grove is a smaller team, only about 30 players, but they are very, very tough, and they play well on their home field, especially, one would think, during homecoming. So we look forward to the game tonight. But first, after this break, we're going to go to Chris Babb's interview with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
Price & Company Insurance is the area's only trusted choice independent insurance agency. What is that, you might ask? An independent insurance agency works for you, the customer, and not the insurance companies. So the next time you're shopping for home, auto, business, life, or health insurance, we invite you to experience an unprecedented level of customer service and expertise. Call or click for a quote today.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia. As a family-owned sporting goods supplier since 1950, Southwest Sporting Goods understands the value of customer service and is committed to providing the best quality customer service and merchandise available. Southwest Sporting Goods is located in Arkadelphia, but also has salesmen that cover the entire state of Arkansas to help ensure that their customers will receive the best customer service and pricing that can be found. Southwest Sporting Goods, located in downtown Arkadelphia, supporting the Badgers since 1950. Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. This interview brought to you by Austin Wingfield State Farm, 620 Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Give them a call at 870-246-2162. Coach, we come after a conference win, moved to 2-1 in conference after a victory over Fountain Lake. Let's take a look back at last week before we get into tonight's game against Harmony Grove. Offensively, against a team like Fountain Lake, and then it'll be the same tonight. We'll talk about this after the break too. Taking advantage of your offensive possessions was important.
Yes. Getting
out to a lead, and I thought your offense did that for the most part, was able to take advantage of when you had the ball and put the ball in the end zone.
Absolutely. You know, when you go up against a team that wants to control the football, you know, they're not going to throw the ball much. They're going to keep the clock running. They're going to keep running the ball. You're not going to get as many opportunities to score. You're not going to get as many possessions. So the possessions that you do have, you've got to take advantage of. And that was one thing that we did a great job of Friday night. You know, our offense was able to strike first. We got the points on the board first, so we played ahead early and, you know, just kind of continue that throughout the rest of the game.
Offensively, Donovan Whitten had a big game. Alex Loy, 8 catches, 150-plus yards. He was your offensive player of the week by the coaching staff. Donovan Whitten had good numbers through the air. Several guys got touches, got into the end zone. It was a good way to spread a good, I guess, from an offensive perspective, to look back at that, you had to be pleased at the way the ball got spread around and you were able to take advantage of different situations.
Absolutely. We were able to get the ball to, 5 or 6 different guys, and this is just a really big night offensively. We were efficient. Donovan had a really good night, made some really good decisions and was consistent. Our receivers caught the ball well, did a great job at finding space and getting open, playing fast. Our run game, we didn't have as many yards on the ground as we have in previous weeks, but, some of those big plays that we had in our run game were called back. But, it was just an overall really good effort by everybody on offense, and very pleased with the execution and how we finished the night.
Coach, offensively, you hear a lot of coaches say use the run to set up the pass. It almost seems like if a defensive coach is trying to limit your offense, they're going to start by trying to make sure that Jayshawn Davis is not going to be able to bust runs. We've seen that the last few weeks often, and we saw that Friday night against Fountain Lake several times, 3 and 4 players converging on him, which also left other people open. Do you get the sense that this is almost a backward? You have to use the ball in space to be able to set up the run.
That's
for
exactly
Jayshawn.
right. Yeah, we do, because teams are going to try to take him away any way that they can. They try to put people in the box, try to stop the run, and he's a force. I mean, you can't allow him to get downhill quick, and he's just the guy. He's the main threat. And so whenever teams do that, it just kind of leaves some areas in the defense to penetrate with, our receivers. We try to get attack some different spots, and we do a really good job of it. We've got skilled players on the outside that can do it. So it's very difficult. We like to spread the ball to everybody, and it's very difficult whenever we've got the skilled players on the outside to do that.
Let's move over to the defensive side of the ball. This was a defense up and down. We talked about tackling a few weeks ago. That was an emphasis in practice, and you came out with a better tackling effort. 2 weeks ago against Robinson, obviously Robinson was able to score offensively. The other night against Fountain Lake, it was a different type of offense. But your defense tackled better in space, and particularly the defensive player of the week was Kobe Buckley. Kobe had some big plays early in the game before the score was out of hand, had a big third down blitz, a big tackle on 4th down, a big pass breakup. Against that defense, against a Fountain Lake offense, you'd almost assume it would be a linebacker, but it was in fact a defensive back who had the biggest game defensively.
Yeah, Kobe had his best night. Very proud of him. He's having a great year. It's his first year to play since probably 7th grade.
Right.
And, we're very fortunate that he was able to come out and play this year, and he's done a great job at earning his starting role at safety. And against Fountain Lake, they do different things, and we knew that we were going to have to tackle well in space, not from a throwing standpoint, but they were going to do different things to get the ball in space with their offense, with the gun tee and the wing tee, and they do a really good job at their offense. They put up numbers and have put up really good numbers on all of their opponents. And our defense did a great job Friday night with stopping that and wrapping up and tackling. Just like you said, it's an emphasis, it will be an emphasis forever and always. I mean, you got to wrap up and tackle on defense, but something that we've struggled with at times. And, our defensive coaches do a great job. Coach Grimmick, Coach Chandler, Coach Evans do a great job at coaching it and being consistent with how we're coaching the way we tackle, our aiming points and what we're trying to do and accomplish. But our kids have really responded well to it last week. We hope to have the same thing tonight.
Defensively, also, it looked like assignment. You're going to have some misdirection. Fountain Lake's going to look somewhat similar and a little bit to Lake Hamilton. We see every once in a while with those double handoff, the misdirection, trying to catch you. But they tried to run those a couple of times, and were not too successful because of your guys not only tackled well, but they looked to play good assignment football.
That's exactly right. We knew that was one thing that we had worked a lot on all week, and our force players, our edge players did a great job at not getting too far upfield, sitting at home and being ready for that. And we were in the right spot at the right time. We're able to make the play and wrap up and tackle.
The Badgers are in Benton tonight. Harmony Grove, actually Haskell. Harmony Grove Cardinals are next up on the schedule, and we're getting closer to kickoff. After the break, we'll talk to Coach Shucker about tonight's opponent and take a look at what the Badgers need to do to come out 3-1 after tonight's game. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger TV. This is the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. And as always, our interview during the pregame show with Coach Shucker is brought to you by Austin Wingfield State Farm, 620 Pine Street, 870-246-2162. We'll be back with Coach Shucker after this timeout.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says Go Badgers.
Call State Farm agent Austin Wingfield at 870-246-2162 today.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 Exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
For over 75 years, Mary and Martha's Florist and Gifts on Main Street in Arkadelphia has served the people of Arkadelphia and her surrounding communities, providing a wide variety of floral and gift needs. Do you have a special occasion that calls for just the right touch of creativity? Join the many who call David Goodman at Mary and Martha's to create a floral arrangement to fit their needs and budget. Call Mary and Martha's at 870-246-2446 or visit their location at 921 Main Street in Arkadelphia. Mary and Martha's Florist is a proud supporter of the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. This interview brought to you by Austin Wingfield State Farm. Give them a call at 246-2162. Coach, we'll move into tonight's game against Haskell Harmony Grove, a team that went 0-10 last year, has already won 2 games this year. Looking at their schedule, they are trying to figure out how they can get the 4 or 5 seed. You know, they went from last year trying to win a game to now trying to position themselves for the playoffs. So it's a team that has struggled the last few years, but they do have a different mentality. So there are a few things to look at as you talk about Harmony Grove. First, let's take a look at their offense. It's going to be similar philosophy-wise to Fountain Lake, although they will align differently.
Yeah.
Ball control, offense going to take time off the clock to try to keep your offense off the field.
Yeah, you know, their offense, they run the diamond tee, and their philosophy is to get 3 yards every play. That's all they're looking to do. They're going to slow it down. They're going to try to drain some of that clock off and try to keep us to low possessions. You know, they don't want us to have the ball. That's what's going to happen. I mean, they're going to slow it down. They'll probably snap it with 10 or less seconds on the play clock and, you know, just get 3 yards every play. That's all they're trying to do. And then once you kind of get out of position or kind of get lulled to sleep, they'll hit you with a pop pass over the top or on the flats. And, you know, they've been doing a really good job of it this year. They're much improved, and they're coming off of a good win against Bauxite last week. It's their homecoming tonight, and, you know, they're going to be fired up, ready to play.
They are coming off the big rivalry win, a trophy game against Bauxite. So when you look to defend, you might have a different defense that's going against this this type of offense, but you still, we talked about assignment football in the first, you still got to take care of whatever, and I would imagine trying to force turnovers is going to be a key tonight as well, to keep them from trying to chew up so much time on the clock.
Absolutely, and that's something that we've stressed all week in practice, is get the football out. Somebody make a play and get us the ball back, just because we're not going to have the possessions that we normally have, and that's one way to create those, is somebody get the ball out, create a turnover. Our defense is going to be the same tonight. We do change some personnel. That's the biggest thing from, last week or previous weeks to, going up against this is, our defense doesn't change. Our calls are the same. Our reads change a little bit just based off of what they're doing. We've got to be a little bit more disciplined in our keys. We've got to get downhill quickly, but we help ourselves out by changing personnel. We put a couple bigger bodies in at some different spots, and we just put some personnel that can handle the, the rigor of what's going to be tonight.
Offensively, possessions are going to be at a premium, so taking care of the ball may be even more important tonight, and taking advantages of the possessions you have to try to get points on the board is got to be the most important thing tonight. That's exactly right. We've got to don't know how many possessions we're going to get tonight. We want to get as many as we can, but it's nothing guaranteed. It's going to be a shorter game than normal, regardless of what happens tonight. It's going to be a short game. The possessions that we get, we've got to take advantage of. We've got to take care of the football. We've got to be efficient. So just do our job, play our game, and we'll be okay. You mentioned it's a shorter game. A lot of times the team that bleeds the play clock down, if you have a 40-second play clock, you might only snap the ball a couple of times every 3 minutes. So I would imagine also there's a certain mentality you have to play, and not getting not getting too much in a rush or too much in a panic. You have to know that's coming as well. And I would imagine there's a different mentality when you play against a team like that. There is in a sense of, you just can't let it get to you. You might be sitting there as a play caller, you're sitting there ready for the next play. You've already got the play in, and you're still waiting for them to get lined up and get their play in and get it ran. So just as a play caller, the plays defensively are not going to go in as quick. You've got to kind of be more methodical with what you're trying to do, just because you've got the time. Offensively, ours doesn't change. We just know that we've got to be efficient. Every play that we call has got to be, on pat. We've got to execute. We've got to execute all the plays at a very, very high level. So we don't have as much going in this week offensively. We just wanted to get good at what we do. Just a few wrinkles here and there, but the biggest thing is just execute what we do and go play. The Badgers and the Harmony Grove Cardinals just a few minutes from kickoff. Harmony Grove 1-2 in conference play with a victory over Bauxite and losses to Malvern and Ashdown. The Badgers 2-1, trying to go 3-1 after tonight's game. Coach, thanks for joining us. Good luck tonight, and we'll try to get another W in that win column. That's exactly right. That's the goal this week. 1-0 this week. Thank you for having me. Go Badgers. The Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show will continue after this timeout. Our thanks to Austin Wingfield State Farm for sponsoring our interview with Coach Shucker every week. Give them a visit Monday at 620 Pine Street, or give them a call at 870-246-2162. We'll be back with more of the pregame show after this on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker, supporting the Badgers since 1996.
Get real attention on your auto insurance. Get real auto, home, and life insurance. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
Call Clark County Farm Bureau today at 870-246-4554.
Roadrunner is fueling good 1 gallon at a time, including for our very own Arkadelphia Badgers. When you fill up at Roadrunner's designated spirit pump on Pine Street at I-30, 3 cents of every gallon will go straight back to our school. This fall, Roadrunner is giving us the option to fill our tanks and our cups with a free fountain drink when we show our spirit pump receipt. In just 2 years, Roadrunner has donated more than $75,000 to local schools through this community-based initiative. We can't drop the ball now. This football season, let's head to Roadrunner to support our Badgers. Follow Roadrunner Stores on Facebook or visit roadrunnerstores.com for more information.
Locally owned and operated, Java Primo is the official coffee house of ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. In addition to coffee, drinks, and desserts, we also have wonderful options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Shop our gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com or visit us on Main Street in historic downtown Arkadelphia. Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more says, Go Badgers!
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff here in Haskell, Arkansas. Red Parker Field, the home of the Haskell Harmony Grove Cardinals. Chris Babb along with Chase Hartzell. And Chase, as you take a look at this game, Coach Shucker talked about it. As now I believe we're going to the Pledge of Allegiance National Anthem, so we will pause with that as well.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will you please remain standing for a moment of silence and a prayer? Father, we come to you tonight. We thank you for this day you have given us. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to come together and to celebrate these young ladies tonight. And we thank you for this game and the opportunity to play this game. Lord, we just ask you to be with each team, Lord, that they will come out of this game injury-free, that there will be good sportsmanship shown by both sides and by the fans. Father, we just thank you for Jesus. We pray in his name. Amen. Remain standing for the national anthem played by the Harmony Grove Marching Band.
Now, welcome back to Jimmy Red Parker Field on the campus of Harmony Grove. Chris Babb, Chase Hartzell, just a few minutes away from kickoff. Take that pause there for the pregame activities. Chase, Coach Shucker talked about it in the intro. When you get down to the game tonight, offensively for Arkadelphia, possessions are going to be important. Arkadelphia is going to have to take advantage of the possessions they have and then try to keep Harmony Grove from running down that clock defensively.
You're right, Chris. And when we look back to that Robinson game a couple weeks ago, early turnovers made a huge difference in that matchup. But then last week we saw Arkadelphia take good care of the football. They only had one turnover, facing a very similar offense in Fountain Lake who like to milk the clock and make the most of their time of possession. And we're going to see some long time of possession here tonight from Harmony Grove. But if Arkadelphia can capitalize as they did a week ago, it should be a good night for the Badgers.
This is a game that Arkadelphia comes into favored to win, but when you come on the road, you never know what you're going to get, and weird things can happen. You talk about early turnovers. You hate to harp on it too much, but possessions will be at a premium. Defensively, you're going to have to – Coach Shucker talked about it in the pregame. They're going to try to get 3 yards in a cloud of dust, 3 yards in every play, but you're also going to have to try to force some turnovers and keep Harmony Grove from having those 8, 9-minute drives.
That's right. Turnovers, again, are going to be key in this one. And when you have such an efficient offense, such as the one that Harmony Grove has run several games this year, it's hard to force those turnovers. But Arkadelphia has had those moments throughout the season where they've come up with crucial turnovers. They'll need to do the same here tonight in what should be a very interesting matchup in the 7-4A.
Captains are at midfield. You see Alex Loy there at the midfield, but flanked by Tucker Johnson, Landon Kewen, Matthew Porter, and Darian Beard. Captains for Harmony Grove are Hunter Williams and KD Newton. Landon Trusty is our head official. He flips the coin, and we are about ready for action. Arkadelphia won the toss and wants the ball. Read Alex Loy's lips. He said, "We want the ball," and that's what will happen. When we come back, you've been watching the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show, Arkadelphia, Haskell, Harmony Grove. After this timeout, you're watching Arkadelphia Badger football on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Board of Directors of South Central Arkansas Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fill a need other internet providers are not able to provide to our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.com or call 855-269-3429.
That's the Arkadelphia High School band that you hear in the background, Chase, as they are playing and the Badgers are entering the field. We see some dark clouds, Chase, but no rain so far.
That's right, and we were very fortunate. It looked like in the pregame we were going to have some pretty heavy storms, but the wind blew it right away from the stadium. And it's a beautiful night here at Red Parker Field in Haskell, Arkansas. A little bit of a breeze here tonight, but really just contributes to this great atmosphere for Friday Night Lights.
Red Parker, of course, came to this school and really got their football program founded after he had already coached at Clemson and in the SEC as an offensive coordinator, and then, of course, at Ouachita Baptist University. But this is his field. It's named for him.
And you have to wonder if Arkadelphia knows that. They have history with that name, so you wonder if these two teams are aware of that history and use that as a little bit of motivation here in this matchup. Of course, Harmony Grove not going to need too much help being motivated in this one. It's homecoming night here in Haskell. They're fresh off a win in the Saline River Showdown over Bauxite. Got to bring a trophy home from that one last week. They're looking to go back-to-back here. And Arkadelphia looking to pick up back-to-back wins for the first time in 2021.
If there is one thing that Arkadelphia wanted, Chase, it's the football to start the game, and they've got it.
They do, and in a game like this where time of possession goes a long way in determining the outcome, it's great to have the ball first. You know that Harmony Grove has a slow, methodical offense, and they're going to try to make the most of it. But by getting the ball here first, Arkadelphia with a huge opportunity to go up early on the road.
Now, we will say that Arkadelphia will be working against a very strong wind here in the first quarter, but they will get the ball first, and the wind does swirl a bit, runs right at us part of the time, against the Badgers part of the time, and every now and then will turn and be in the Badgers' favor. So we'll watch the flags on both ends to see what the wind's going to do. But it's been pretty strong so far tonight. Kickoff is going to go to Arkadelphia in the corner from the 13-yard line. Returned by, this is Braylon Bailey. Good return to the far side now, and he's going to have yardage across the 30, near the 35, still on his feet, breaks another tackle, and finally goes down at the 37-yard line. Quite a return by Bailey.
And a great way to start out the game. Great field position for the Badgers right there. Braylon Bailey, last week's winner of the Badger Special Teams Player of the Week. He had a huge return last week. On a punt here, he starts the game off with a huge return, and the Badgers will have it at their own 38-yard line to start out this contest.
On the near side, bottom of your screen, that's Alex Loy and Carter Babb. They're lined up on the right sideline, and here comes a run. This is Jay Sean Davis, his first run of the night. Makes hard contact with a safety, but he does go down. It's still a good gain. He got about 7. maybe 8.
And a good tone-setting run there from Davis to start out this drive. Had a little bit quieter production last week, but still provided important production for the Badgers.
They pitch it to Davis to the left side. This time he's got a first down and more up to the 45 of Harmony Grove and now down to the 43-yard line.
And again, Davis following it up with a strong run. He went to the outside that time a little bit. We don't see Davis go there too often, but he was able to hit the corner there and picked up some good yardage.
That's a Welch Funeral Home first down. First one of the evening for Arkadelphia. Back to pass. Long pass. It's deep. It's Loy they're looking for, and it's overthrown and incomplete. A little bit of contact, but not very much. The wind may have gotten a hold of that and blown it off course just a bit.
And we did know that the wind was going to be a factor coming into this matchup. Earlier in pregame warm-ups, Spencer Allen was battling the wind on this side of the field trying to kick those practice field goals. So we'll see if the weather continues to be a factor here as we go later and later into this contest.
Donovan Whitten, at quarterback for Arkadelphia, takes the snap. He'll throw to the flat. This is Davis. Davis to the 40. Upfield on the sideline, across the 35, out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Good play. Davis has carried twice, received a pass now, and he's moved the ball every time. That's another Welch Funeral Home first down.
And that was just a little screen pass there to the outside. We've seen that a few times this year from the Badgers, but Jay-Sean Davis, great job there with the run after catch, picking up the first down for the Badgers.
We do want to tell you that we might have a little weaker signal from this location, but we're going to continue to bring you the game. Here's a run to the left side. Flag goes down. Good gain by Davis, but it might be coming back based on where the flag is.
And it looked like Trusty may have been the one to throw the flag there, so this will probably be holding coming from the head umpire.
We do want to tell you that our equipment is showing us that our signal is not quite as strong right now. It's a little bit shaky, so hang with us. It is not something that we can make an adjustment for here. You don't need to adjust your equipment at home. It's just the signal strength here in Haskell kind of comes and goes a little bit, maybe especially right in this location where we are. 10:37 left, clock running. We're in the first quarter. After the penalty, Arkadelphia has a first down and 19. Here's a long pass. They're looking for Lloyd. They got him inside the 10. He makes the move to the 8-yard line and will go down. But a good pass and a good catch by Loy. He was surrounded by defenders, but he found the football.
Yep, and Whitten trusts his wide receiver. They connected 8 times last week for a total of 155 yards and 3 touchdowns as Loy went on to be named the Badger Offensive Player of the Week. Huge play there, and now it's going to be first and goal for Arkadelphia.
Now he placed the ball at the 10, and so it's first and goal from the 10. Here's Davis up the middle. He's going to be hit by 2 defenders and brought down with a 2-yard gain. Second down and goal from the 8-yard line. They overcame the penalty, and now they're going to need to score from 10 yards out, 2 yards on first down, and it's going to be second and goal from the 8-yard line. Arkadelphia changes the formation. They're going to line up their receivers near the left side. High snap. It is going to come to Whitten, and he's going to try to run. He'll make some yardage inside the 10. He's to the 5. He's near the goal line, and a flag goes down at the end of the play. He was near the goal line, but not in the end zone, and a flag went down just as he was diving for the end zone. Flag placed at the 8-yard line. It's going to be an illegal block, a hold against Arkadelphia. Block in the back is the signal we get. Block in the back. So that's going to postpone the drive a little bit more. Arkadelphia overcame an earlier penalty with a pass. We'll see what they'll do now. They'll get second down over again, but they're going to place the ball at the 18-yard line. Badgers on the opening drive of the game, trying to put points on the board first tonight. Option offense for Harmony Groves. Arkadelphia very much wants to get on the board first, put some pressure on the Cardinals. Pitch to the left side. Here's Davis. He's hit in the backfield. He will not make it any farther than the line of scrimmage. They're going to blow a whistle and call him down. So it's third down and goal now, and they are on the 19-yard line. That was a loss of 1. Third and goal from the 19.
And that was just a good play there from the Cardinals defense. It was the senior defensive tackle, Westlock, getting in there first, and then he got a little bit of help from his teammates.
All right, Arkadelphia sets up for an important third down play. Third down and goal from the 19-yard line after the penalty. Davis winds up wide to the right side by himself. They're going to pitch it and run it. Here's a little shuttle pass. Bailey up the middle to the 10, to the 7-yard line, fighting for more yardage. He'll get a little bit more. And finally, almost every player on the field will be dragged to the ground as he goes to the 4-yard line. Good play call and a good run by Bailey.
And we know that Bailey on those little shovel passes, he's usually pretty strong when he gets into open space. Got a little bit of space here. It was a good job of swarming to the ball there right before the goal line by Harmony Grove. It's going to be a fast physical contest.
4th down, Arkadelphia at the 5-yard line. 4th and goal. Badgers look to the sideline. Davis is running back behind and to the right of his quarterback, Whitten. Donovan Whitten will hand off. Right up the middle it goes. Davis barreling ahead. He is. No signal yet. No signal yet.
They're going to say he's short.
Oh, they called him down. Well, he landed in the end zone, but apparently a knee went down first. So right at the 1-foot line, it's Harmony Grove's football.
And that is a huge defensive stand for Harmony Grove to start out this game. Arkadelphia with a chance to get on the board here first, and they put together a really solid drive, but just great defense from the Cardinals. They're bending and not breaking, and now they have the football, but back deep in their own territory at their own 1-yard line.
Option offense for Harmony Grove. We'll see how well they will work it against this Arkadelphia defense. Hunter Williams is the quarterback, and he's a good one. Plays on defense, quarterback on offense. Key player for the Cardinals. Harmony Grove lines up. 3 backs in the backfield behind the quarterback. He's under center. Hunter Williams. And a flag goes down as Arkadelphia jumped. Well, that's a good call. You try to get the defense to jump when you're on your 1-foot line, and it worked.
It did, and that's a huge – that gives a lot of breathing room to Harmony Grove there. A huge sigh of relief from that Harmony Grove sideline now. Facing a potential safety on that last play, but a smart play call to try to get the defense to jump off sides. They got it right there. And now closer to that 1st down marker and with about 6 yards to work with.
Yeah, just kind of leaned forward and got into that neutral zone, and they had the flag come down on the far side. All right, 1st down 5 from just outside the 5-yard line. Harmony Grove, 95 yards away. They'll run the option. There's a little bit of a gain, and it is going to be just a couple of yards.
Number 18, Hunter Williams keeps the ball.
Williams, in fact, well, they're going to say a knee went down, and he gained nothing. So he's at the 5-yard line, and it is 2nd down and 5.
And a good job there swarming to the football, bouncing back from that penalty, the play before that.
Yeah, we'll call it 6. Let's call it 6 because he's not past the 5-yard line, and obviously they were not in the end zone when he got the 5-yard penalty. So we'll call it 6 yards. Really maybe 5.5. Option formation. They're going to run it. The quarterback will pitch it, and he'll make a 1st down. Nice pitch, and the gain is out to the 17-yard line. Good run after the pitch, coming up with the football at the end of that play. Good pitch by Williams, and running with the ball was Hayden Lee.
And, you know, Williams' coach likes to say that he has that linebacker mentality that he has on defense. He likes to carry that over onto the offensive side of the ball as well. And we saw it right there. He wasn't afraid of the contact. Waited till the exact moment when he needed to pitch it out to his man. He got it to him, and a 1st down for the Cardinals.
Ball at the 17-yard line. Harmony Grove had a goal line stand against Arkadelphia. Now this is their first possession. The Cardinals will run the option. Looking for room on the outside is going to be their best running back, Newton, and he's going to gain about 5. Let's see where they spot the ball. They're going to spot it at the 24-yard line. So that's a good gain. 2nd down and 3 coming.
And that is going to be one key difference in this matchup compared to Fountain Lake. You saw a lot of inside runs against Fountain Lake. In this matchup, you're going to see more runs to the outside from the Cardinals. A little bit of a variance in that diamond tee offense compared to the wing tee that we saw a week ago. So we'll see how the Badgers defense adjusts here.
You see that formation. The up backs are not behind the fullback like you'd see in the wishbone, but it's definitely an option formation. They're going to run to the right side. This time there's not much there at all. Arkadelphia converges and drives the running back into the ground. No gain at all. It's going to be 3rd down coming. And hit hard on the play after running the ball was Maddox Moore. He's going to stay in the game. He was stopped at the 25 for a gain of 1. It is 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Big play. Early in the game, first possession for Harmony Grove, but they had a goal line stand against Arkadelphia, helped out by a penalty. And now on 3rd down and 2, Harmony Grove lines up with the ball at its own 25-yard line. Badgers line up defensively, shift the line. They're going to run to the right side. Arkadelphia got into the backfield quickly and tackled the quarterback quickly. It's 4th down.
And a good job reading the play right from the snap there from the defense, able to bring down the ball carrier in the backfield. And that's exactly the stand that Arkadelphia needed to open up this contest on the defensive side of things after being stopped at the Cardinals' 1-yard line. So now, with a punt here, perhaps another chance for the Arkadelphia offense.
Wind kicking up a little bit. Here's the punt. It's end over end and will be allowed to bounce. It'll go on a high hop to Bailey from the 40. He's up to the 45, 50-yard line to the 45, still moving to the 40, 35-yard line, skips around one defender and goes down at the 37, and a flag goes down at the end of the play. Seen a lot of penalties here early in the game. That flag thrown by Landon Trusty, the head official tonight. Let's see what the call is going to be. A personal foul, this time going against Harmony Grove. So Arkadelphia had its share of penalties that stopped that first drive, Chase, and now a key penalty against Harmony Grove is going to put Arkadelphia in the red zone.
Yep, and it adds on to an already fantastic return from Braylon Bailey. That's why he won Special Teams Player of the Week a week ago. He had a similar return, but this time able to extend the play, hopped over a defender and gets a few extra yards.
They wanted the bounce on the punt, but it bounced high and went right to Bailey, who had that great return. Now they'll give it to Davis to the left side. He's looking to go wide. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown, Arkadelphia.
And a huge play for Arkadelphia, opening up the scoring in this contest. It's a pitch to the outside to Jay-Sean Davis. We don't see those far too often, but here we see the play, and it works to the Badgers' advantage. Good blocks on the inside to allow the space to the outside. And Davis, once he hit the quarter, he was gone. A huge touchdown for Arkadelphia.
Arkadelphia didn't get the lead on his first possession. Stopped at the 1-foot line, but they score on the second possession. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Arkadelphia 7, Harmony Grove 0, 4:02 left. We're in the first quarter. It has been an outstanding game tonight for the Arkadelphia offense. They were just one penalty away from scoring on the first possession, Chase, but they corrected that with a nice punt return and then a quick drive for a touchdown, a Farm Bureau touchdown, we might say. Arkadelphia has been able to make those Welch Funeral Home first downs and touchdowns. So let's take a break. We'll be back with more after this.
Andy's Restaurant at the corner of Pine Street and Walnut Street is proud to support Arkadelphia Badger football. The Badgers love Andy's biscuits, and we know you will too, so stop by for breakfast and try a biscuit or some of our great breakfast options. Stopping by later, try one of our classic items like our Andy Burger made with 100% always fresh, never frozen grade A Black Angus beef. Want something different? How about our pork nachos or our golden fried catfish fillets with hush puppies? We have many more options as well, and don't forget ice cream and our other desserts. Andy's Restaurant, proud sponsor of Biscuits for Badgers every game day morning.
Thank you very much. Andy's Restaurant. Biscuits for Badgers is a key thing for this team. Kind of exciting to think about, actually. I may have to head there in the morning. But first, we got more football coming your way. 7-0, Arkadelphia leading, 4:02 left. Will this be an onside kick? It's lined up in that fashion, and it is. Arkadelphia tries the onside kick, ball in the air. Oh, ball caught by Arkadelphia, and they're going to blow it dead. But it is Arkadelphia with the recovery at the 46-yard line. And that, I believe, was Alex Loy that came up with it.
It was, and he made a similar play against Greenbrier a few weeks ago. Here, recovering another crucial onside kick on the road. Harmony Grove is not happy with the call.
And they've got 3 coaches out on the field asking for an explanation, but it looked clear to us. A high bouncing onside kick, recovered cleanly by Alex Loy, and then the whistle blew.
Yeah, Jeff, they were signaling that they called a fair catch, but the head referee said the ball didn't get high enough to have a fair catch call.
Yeah, that's a fair call, I'd say. So Arkadelphia from the 46-yard line, first down and 10. Back to pass is Whitten. He'll roll to his right, looking for an open receiver. He'll fire the ball short and incomplete. Tried to give it to Evan Bailey. There is a flag down. Was Bailey hit by a defender before the ball got there? Interesting. Let's see.
Looked like there was a little bit of contact. The flag did come in a little late, though, on that one.
Waiting for the official call. Bailey was the intended receiver. He went for the football, and there was a little bit of contact. It is going to be pass interference against Harmony Grove. So Arkadelphia will have a good play instead of an incomplete pass. Good scramble to his right by Whitten, and he did find Bailey. But the defender got there before the football did. 15-yard penalty puts the ball at the 31-yard line. First down and 10 for the Badgers. Bailey in the slot to the right. Here comes Bailey in motion. He's going to run, and he'll turn reverse field and make big yardage. He might go. He's to the 10, to the 5. He's hit. He's in. Touchdown, Arkadelphia.
And what a play there from Braylon Bailey, the senior, getting the ball, makes a good cut back across the field, and he's had so many opportunities these last few weeks where it seemed like he was going to go the distance, and he got tripped up just before he got there. This time, nothing but green grass ahead of him. He fights his way into the end zone for an Arkadelphia score. Huge moment for the senior.
Bailey made a beautiful run, had a beautiful punt return earlier. Big game so far for Braylon Bailey. Extra point attempt is up, and it is perfect. Arkadelphia 14, Harmony Grove 0. We have 3:47 left before the end of the first quarter, and the Badgers have taken an early lead of 2 touchdowns. We'll be back with more after this.
R&T Dixon's Exxon stores are proud supporters of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Locally owned and operated by Randy and Tanya Dixon, we welcome you to visit any of our 3 convenient locations in Arkadelphia and Caddo Valley. Fill up your tank and get your snacks in our stores located at each I-30 exit and also near downtown by Washita and Henderson. Visit Dixon's Family Store at 3036 Pine Street or Tiger Mart on North 10th Street in Arkadelphia, or visit Dixon's Valley Exxon at 144 Valley Street in Caddo Valley today. R&T Dixon's Exxon stores say Go Badgers!
Arkadelphia scored its first touchdown, recovered an onside kick, and then quickly scored again. Badgers lead it by 2 touchdowns, 14-0, 3:47 left in the first quarter. And they scored with only 15 seconds going by on the clock. Now an onside kick, a flag goes down, and that ball was fumbled around just as the whistle blew. Might have seen an Arkadelphia Badger offside, perhaps. Let's see if that's the call. Arkadelphia just got a little bit too big of a hurry to recover another onside kick. I guess, when it works, Chase, why not keep doing it?
That's right, and we've seen Spencer Allen execute a couple of those to perfection. Perfect example of it a few moments ago.
Well, will Arkadelphia try it again because they're going to back them up to the 35-yard line. Arkadelphia has been able to keep Harmony Grove from getting the ball and using up clock by going to the onside kick. Let's see if they try it again. Harmony Grove surely has to expect it this time, but Arkadelphia is lined up where they might just try it for a third time. And here it goes. A bouncing ball recovered this time by Harmony Grove at the 45-yard line of Arkadelphia. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals.
They will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Badger 45-yard line.
So, Chase, the Harmony Grove offense hasn't had much of a chance yet. They made 1 first down, then they had to punt the ball away. Arkadelphia, in the meantime, has scored 14 points. So now, with good field position, we'll see if the Cardinals can move the ball.
And they were moving pretty efficiently to start off that first drive, had a few good runs to the outside, then tried to go to the inside, didn't work out as well for them. So we'll see what the Cardinals have here in their scheme.
They'll come to the line of scrimmage. Once again, they want to use a lot of the play clock because they don't want Arkadelphia to have many possessions. They want to try to score on their possessions and hold down the number of possessions for Arkadelphia. Here is the option play, quarterback keeper. Williams is a good runner. He's going to make some yardage across the 40 to the 39-yard line.
And that was a good run to the outside there from Williams. Made the right read with a quarterback keeper. Got some solid yardage.
Ball at the 39-yard line. If you hear a complaint or two in the background, it's because we are on the home side and not far from our friends here at Harmony Grove. They've got to be frustrated early on as it's 14-0 Arkadelphia. Harmony Grove lines up. Option play, give to the fullback. He's got some yardage, very near a first down. I think he's going to have it as he crossed the 35-yard line. So that's a first down for Harmony Grove. They're very enthusiastic about each first down here at Harmony Grove. Ball at the Arkadelphia 34-yard line.
And a good set of downs there to set the tempo for this drive for Harmony Grove. They did pick up a first down or two on that first drive, but Arkadelphia did a good job of bending, not breaking in that drive. We'll see if they can do the same here as the Cardinals inch deeper into Badger territory.
Williams is the quarterback, and he will hand it off to Newton. This is Newton hit by Kewen and now 4 or 5 other Badgers. It's going to be a gain, but a short gain, maybe 2 yards on the play.
And just a few yards on that one, but that's exactly what Harmony Grove is going to want out of every play in this game. They're going to try to get 2 or 3 yards on every play to just keep getting that forward progression, falling forward.
Arkadelphia waiting on Harmony Grove to line up. Once again, they don't want to be in a hurry, so they're going to use a lot of the play clock down to 13 seconds, and they're just now lining up on the line of scrimmage. Williams looks over the defense, and he'll run the option to the left side. Fullback gets the ball, but Kewen is there again. We just get the idea that Landon Kewen is going to have a lot of tackles tonight.
Yep, and he's been flying to the ball from kickoff here in this one. Makes another great read on this play. Wrapping up the ball carrier after he gained maybe a yard on that one. They may give him 2, actually. And now it's going to be 3rd and medium for Harmony Grove.
It's a windy night here at Harmony Grove, and we're going to see if we can pick up some of the papers that just flew around the booth here with us. All right, Harmony Grove, they need 6 yards for a first down. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Nearing the end of the first quarter, Arkadelphia up 14-0. 3 running backs, but he wants to pass. Williams looks downfield, will throw a deep pass. He is going to miss his receiver. 2 defenders back there. They wouldn't have gotten a touchdown, but almost a big gain. He just overthrew Maddox Morris, intended receiver.
Yep, and that was a good play call on that one. There was an open receiver, but Arkadelphia did provide the pressure, forced somewhat of an errant pass on that one, goes over the intended receiver's head. And now it is 4th down for Harmony Grove. We'll see if the Badgers can come up with another huge stand right here. They are well within 4-down territory at this point.
Tried the pass, it didn't work. It leaves them with a 4th down and 6. Kobe Buckley, one of the defenders of that pass. They'll run the option, but they'll want to pass from it. Back to pass, Williamson. Williams looking downfield, he throws a short pass, a diving catch, but was he in bounds? Let's see what the officials say on the far side. No, in fact, he was not. So, Harmony Grove has turned it over on downs, and Arkadelphia has the ball right back.
And that was an excellent job there from the Arkadelphia secondary, really giving him no options downfield. Williams was trying to scramble there for a second, trying to gain that extra time rolling out of the pocket. Thought he may have found a man, but it was excellent coverage downfield, and it's a turnover on downs. Arkadelphia now with a chance to go up by 3 scores.
Badgers line up sideline to sideline. They use the entire field for this formation. 2 on the right side, 2 on the left. Davis by his quarterback, Whitten. Davis up the middle. He's going to make some yardage. Runs over a linebacker, runs over a safety. He's still going. Davis all the way to the 46-yard line of Harmony Grove.
And what a huge run to start off this drive for Arkadelphia. Davis so strong and so hard to bring down on those plays.
They're going to line up with the same formation. They spread this defense, and then Bailey just eats them up right up the middle. Here comes Bailey again, another good run, carrying a defensive lineman. I'm sorry, I said Bailey. I meant Davis. Davis got yardage up the middle to maybe 8 yards. Second down and short coming, maybe 8.5. Davis is the running back next to his quarterback, Witten. Witten wants to pass. He's looking deep down the field. And now he wants to run. He's going to have some yardage and a first down to the 35, 30, 25, hurdles a defender and goes out of bounds. That gets a big cheer from the Arkadelphia side.
Yep, and Davis had a couple of good runs up the middle to set the tempo for this drive. Arkadelphia maybe trying to catch the defense snapping on that one with a quick pass play. It was good coverage downfield from the Harmony Grove secondary, but Witten able to adjust, and he runs down the left side. And with a nice little hurdle there, to add a nice touch to a phenomenal run. And now Arkadelphia knocking on the door of the red zone.
Really good pass blocking, too. Run up the middle, breaking and tackle is Davis. He runs over another defender at the 15, falls at the 13-yard line, but he's just eating up chunks of yardage.
And he's such a tough player to bring down. Just because he faces contact doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to go down. Davis does a great job of extending plays, and a perfect example of it right there.
We have reached the end of the first quarter, so we're going to have a different angle for the coming touchdown by the Arkadelphia Badgers. But after one quarter of play, it's Arkadelphia 14 and Harmony Grove 0. We'll be back after this.
When severe weather knocks you down, Shelter Insurance is there to help pick you up. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In Arkadelphia, contact Shelter Agent Chad Kesterson.
You know, sometime we should add a ladder just to show where we are, because I'm going to stand under the ladder that goes up to the film deck in order to see this play in case it happens to go to the left side of the end zone. We are so proud that we are sponsored by Dairy Queen. We're going to take a quick break and honor them. No, we'll come back to that. They lined up quickly, so we'll come back to it.
It's going to be Witten and Davis in the backfield here for Arkadelphia.
And here comes Davis to the right side. He's got some room inside the 10, inside the 5. Davis. Touchdown, Arkadelphia.
And again, Davis going to the outside on the pitch from Witten. Does a great job of getting around the corner. Good blocks up front. And Davis already here early in the second quarter, just a few seconds off the clock here in this second quarter of play. But Davis already well over 100 yards from scrimmage here to start out this game. Phenomenal effort from the senior.
Third touchdown of the night for Arkadelphia. Spencer Allen on for the extra point attempt. He's been perfect tonight. His kick is up, and it is right down central. It is Arkadelphia 21, Harmony Grove 0. 11:53 left, second quarter of action, and we'll be back after this.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
We are back at Red Parker Field in Haskell at Harmony Grove High School. Arkadelphia 21 and Harmony Grove 0 in the second quarter of action. We want to say thank you to all of our sponsors, maybe especially Dairy Queen, because I just decided, I don't know, relatively late last night that Deborah needed a blizzard. Maybe I kind of wanted one too. So we made our trip to Dairy Queen. We advise you to do the very same thing. In fact, it's sounding pretty good right now because it feels like a blizzard here in Haskell tonight. Spencer Allen Onside kick again. Ball's in the air. Ball is caught this time. Harmony Grove's got a return up to the 45 of Arkadelphia, return to the 40-yard line. There's a good effort by Harmony Grove. They're beginning to figure out how to deal with that onside kick. On the kick return that time was a senior, Dadwan Bonds.
And it was a good recovery there from Bonds, and right there maybe giving Badger fans a little bit of a flashback to last week's contest when Juan Diggs of Fountain Lake returned an onside kick for a touchdown, but it was good coverage there from Arkadelphia adjusting to the play. They were able to take him down relatively quickly, but still good field position here for the Cardinals.
Opportunity, best field position of the night to start a drive for Harmony Grove at the Arkadelphia 40-yard line. They'll line up in their option formation. Fullback right behind the quarterback, and as you see, the halfbacks to the left and right. Running play up the middle, not much there, and Arkadelphia is going to push him back. Finally, the whistles blow. Gain of a couple on the play. 2nd down and 8 coming. Well, once KD Young gets a hold of you, it's going to be hard to move forward.
And the youngster having a great season thus far in 2021. He does so well of wrapping up players and making good tackles, especially when you see a play that could go into open space, but usually KD Young does a great job of wrapping up and limiting the damage on plays like those.
Let's see if Harmony Grove tries to go wide this time. Runs up the middle have not been successful. Passing game has not worked. Haven't tried it much. They're going to go off tackle this time, but a big hit, and Arkadelphia will drive down the running back with another short gain, a gain of maybe a couple more on the tackle that time, Alex Turley and company.
And Harmony Grove likes to stay ahead of the sticks on their drives. This time, they're just shy of where they'd like to be. Usually like to pick up about 3 yards per play. They've only picked up 2 yards per play on this one. So Arkadelphia liking that pace right now. They'll want to keep that up here.
3rd down, 6 yards to go. Certainly 4-down territory, so expect 2 more runs from Harmony Grove. They did try to pass on the last possession, but not to good effect. On 3rd and 6 at the Arkadelphia 36, he wants to throw the ball again. He'll throw a short screen pass, but it's incomplete as he overthrew his intended receiver, who was covered out in the flat. Troy Potter was the intended receiver.
And right there just looked like a little bit of a miscommunication. Don't know if Williams threw behind his man or if Williams his man overran his route. But nonetheless, it's going to be 4th down here for Harmony Grove.
Harmony Grove has not been afraid of throwing the ball. Haven't had success yet in doing it, but they are looking for something since the option has not worked as of late against Arkadelphia. They had a couple of good wide runs earlier. Haven't really gone back to that. 4th down and 6. Will they throw another pass? Will they run the option? They're going to pass. Williams across the middle, fires it. It's complete to the 10, to the 5, to the 4-yard line. A good pass and a nice running catch by Westlock.
And Westlock there crossing the field, catches it at the middle of the field and able to extend the play for a few yards. Looked like he might have broken it for a touchdown, but great wrap up there in the secondary by the Badgers. Still, though, Harmony Grove with huge field position. They'll say it was a 33-yard pass, and now it's 1st and goal at the 3.
Best pass of the night by Williams. Hit his receiver in stride and made a nice gain. Arkadelphia prevented the touchdown, and we'll see if they can do that with just 3 yards to go for Harmony Grove. Running play, there's a short gain, but not a touchdown. Let's see if they mark it at the 1 or the 2. I think he might have made only a yard on the carry. That time it was coming out of the backfield, Troy Potter.
And it looks like we had a penalty flag there at the end of the play. That one came from the sideline judge.
And we'll get the call from Mr. Trusty. Going to be a face mask against Arkadelphia, so that'll go half the distance. And it's going to be at the 1.
Face mask against the Badgers.
They'll move the ball to the 1-yard line, and it is 1st down and goal from the 1 now.
And right there, really distance this close to the goal line. Maybe not the biggest concern, but especially losing that down after you made a good play and a good stop there.
Blocking backs are available, but Williams will go with a quarterback sneak. He doesn't get much. The officials have not ruled yet. He might have been short. I think they're going to call him just a bit short, so 2nd down and goal coming after the quarterback keeper.
And we know that Williams isn't afraid of contact that time, trying to go up the middle and bulldoze his way into the end zone. But Arkadelphia doing a good job of holding strong on their own 1 yard line. In fact, it looks like it's their own half-yard line.
Yeah, he got a little bit of yardage but didn't get to the end zone. So it's 2nd and goal from the 1. I would think another quarterback keeper might be in store just so they don't have to go far to the backfield to even make a handoff. Williams at quarterback takes the snap, and he does hand off, and it's a touchdown. Harmony Grove is in the end zone. 8:45 left. We are in the second quarter tonight. And they'll go for an extra point attempt to try to pull to within 2 touchdowns of the Badgers. That big 4th down pass, the key to the possession, obviously. They got them to the 3-yard line, and a few plays later they found the end zone.
You're right, Jeff. That play really helps extend this drive and set up this score right here. The score itself, just a simple fullback dive play out of the diamond tee. Fullback play, somewhat of a lost art now in high school football, but here Camden handing the ball off. And hold on, it looks like we have a penalty flag.
And we have another flag down. Too many people on the field. The Badgers have been penalized. It's declined. They just want to kick the extra point. The kicker, by the way, for Harmony Grove is Luke McCormick. McCormick is ready for the kick. He's an offensive lineman and their kicker. Plays center. Quarterback holds it. The kick is blocked. Arkadelphia has blocked the extra point. So the score is Arkadelphia 21, Harmony Grove 6. 8:45 left. We're in the second quarter, and we'll be back after this.
Price & Company Insurance is the area's only trusted choice independent insurance agency. What is that, you might ask? An independent insurance agency works for you, the customer, and not the insurance companies. So the next time you're shopping for home, auto, business, life, or health insurance, we invite you to experience an unprecedented level of customer service and expertise. Call or click for a quote today.
Back to action at Red Parker Field in Haskell, Arkansas, at Harmony Grove High School. They are building a nice, beautiful new high school here at Haskell as this community continues to grow. It's homecoming here at Harmony Grove, and they've got a large crowd out, and they've had something to celebrate as the Cardinals have just scored a touchdown on a short field after an onside kick did not work out for Arkadelphia, and then on 4th down, a long pass. Arkadelphia sets up for a kickoff return. Lots of discussion from the kicker, Mr. McCormick. Onside kicks, just that's an onside kick. Arkadelphia will fall on it. Arkadelphia will have the ball at the 47-yard line. On the recovery for Arkadelphia was Zane Thomason. And that took some courage as all of the Cardinals were running right at him as he fell on the ball.
Yep, interesting formation there on the onside kick. Really aggressive play there from the Cardinals, but a good recovery. And now the Badgers with solid field position. They're going to start at their own 47-yard line. They'll have to march 53 yards here for the score.
Onside kicks tend to be in vogue right now in high school football. Here's a running play. This is Davis up the middle, more good yardage. He's got 10, 15, and he is going to slip down as he crosses the 40-yard line of Harmony Grove. Another big run by Davis. We're going to have a full statistical report at halftime from Jim Rothwell, and he's going to have a very high number in the running column for Mr. Davis.
Yes, and it's been excellent play up front from Arkadelphia's offensive line, helping Davis already cross the century mark in rushing yards here in the first half.
Witten wants to pass. He's got plenty of time, and he's going to throw it deep, looking downfield, and it's a touchdown, Arkadelphia. Yes, the official finally agrees. A touchdown, Arkadelphia, on the deep, deep pass to Loy. Alex Loy waiting for the ball in the end zone. He knew how far Witten could throw it, and he just kept running deeper and deeper, and Witten got it there.
Yep, and may not have been able to see that one on your screens for that one. It's tough for us to see it here even in the booth, but an absolutely beautiful play there. Witten connecting with Lloyd downfield. Pass was perfection on that one. And a huge score for Arkadelphia, striking quick with a touchdown.
Kick is up and good. We are at a little bit of disadvantage on vantage point, so we're sorry you didn't catch that touchdown. I did stick my head out the window, so I got to see it. It was Alex Lloyd that caught the ball and scored the touchdown for the Badgers. Arkadelphia 28, Harmony Grove 6, 8:19 left in the second quarter, and we're going to return with more Badger football after this. All right, we're back at Red Parker Field, Harmony Grove High School in Haskell, Arkansas, just right down the road from Arkadelphia. Nice, easy trip to Haskell tonight. Lots of interesting weather, no rain, but man, we've had some dark clouds come over and a lot of wind so far that really hasn't affected the game that much, as we've seen mostly onside kicks, and the long passes from Witten have been able to stand up to the wind. Got a touchdown on that long pass moments ago.
That's right, and Witten with an absolutely incredible strike to Loy on that play. Hit his man in the back left corner of the end zone. Would have been a tough play to make, but Witten has trust in his wide receiver, the senior wide receiver, making the play, and Arkadelphia now with a 3-score advantage.
Badgers kick it deep this time. It's going to roll in and through the end zone as Arkadelphia went for the kickoff as they set up in what I think everybody in the stadium thought might be an onside kick from Spencer Allen, but instead it was Brock Curry, the left footer, that came in and kicked it, went behind the return man, and then bounced through the end zone. Good job by Curry, and they're going to have to set up with a longer field this time, the Cardinals will. We might see more passing. I'm seeing more than I expected, Chase, and now that they're down by 3 touchdowns, we might see Mr. Williams throw more passes. That last touchdown was set up by a very good pass.
That is true, and Williams has made some good throws throughout this night, including that one that set up the touchdown on the last drive. We'll see if they turn to the air more here in the second quarter.
Running play, not much yardage, up to the 25-yard line. That's a good run for 5 on first down for Harmony Grove. Williams had all of 38 yards passing against Malvern. This is not an offense where we expect to see a lot of passing, but with the recent success they've had, I think we're going to see at least a few more attempts. Second down, 5 yards to go. Harmony Grove at their own 25-yard line. They are going to milk the clock a little bit, even though they're trailing by 3 touchdowns. They want to use up some clock and try to score on each possession. They're going to run. Fullback gets it. Not much there at all. The fullbacks had no hold run through so far tonight.
You're right, and Arkadelphia's done an excellent job of swarming to the football thus far in this contest. It's been tough sledding up the middle for Harmony Grove. They've had a little bit of success going to the outside. We'll see if they turn more to that here as we progress into this contest.
Back of the football is just past the 25, so we'll say gained 1. Third down, 4 yards to go. Once again, using a lot of the play clock as they line up.
Wind is blowing in a little bit stronger now against Harmony Grove. We'll see if that plays a factor here in this third down play.
No wide receivers in the formation, but 2 guys go out to pass. The quarterback will throw the ball, and he throws incomplete. The 2 receivers coming off the line on the right side ran into each other, and it threw off the pattern a bit. They almost completed it anyway, but diving and unable to come up with it was Wes Locke.
And again, Arkadelphia's secondary steps up in that situation, taking advantage of a little bit of a miscommunication there on the part of Harmony Grove and giving Williams few options downfield. Williams did his best to try and make the throw, but too many Badger defenders forced a little bit of an errant throw on that one. Man wasn't able to come up with it, and it's 4th down.
They're lined up for a punt, and it's going to be against a heavy wind. The kick is away. It's very short. It's going to go straight up. It's going to bounce. And did it hit Arkadelphia, or it hit them first? Well, the officials are yet to rule on it, but I believe it's going to be Arkadelphia football. Let's see. The officials are talking about it. We think it's going to go to Arkadelphia. The ball did go straight up. The wind caught it, and it came down in a crowd, but we believe it hit a Cardinal first, and it did. So Arkadelphia will have the ball. The home crowd obviously didn't agree with that call, but it was the correct call, because there were 2 Harmony Grove players near the ball and hit one of them. before it hit a Badger, and then a Harmony Grove player fell on it. Always dangerous when you don't know what's going to happen. It went straight up. Yeah. Ball did go straight up. It's such a strong wind that it could not take off down the field, and when it went straight up, it was a dangerous play for the Badgers, but they survive it. Here we go to the right side. Here's Davis. He fumbles. Ball is in the air, now recovered by Arkadelphia. Helmet hit the ball, and it flew out. Arkadelphia lost a couple of yards on the play, ball back at the 35-yard line, but the Badgers did recover.
And a rare fumble from Jay-Sean Davis on that play. Harmony Grove did a great job of stripping out the football, but a good job from Arkadelphia recovering on that play. And they'll have it again here on second down.
And Davis stays in. He's all right. The ball came into contact with the helmet more than Jay-Sean did. To the right side, Davis looking for room. He'll turn it upfield. He'll slip through a hole, run over a defender, and make big yardage inside the 20, inside the 15-yard line.
Number 22, Troy Potter, on the tackle for the Cardinals.
And
Davis a little slow in getting up, but he's okay.
Yep, and that's a movie we've seen a couple times in this one already. Davis running to the outside, got good blocks up front, allowed him to create some space to the outside, and Davis capitalizing on the opportunity, picking up some huge yardage as we do have a penalty flag, and this one may be coming back.
Going to go against Arkadelphia. We want to tell you that we think our signal is strong enough right now, so hopefully you're getting this well, but we have a limited vantage point. They have 3 real kind of separate press boxes here, and the one we're in doesn't give us a view of that left corner of the end zone where the Badgers are striving to go. So I may just turn into a radio announcer at some points as they get close. Evan Bailey and his brother Braylon line up on the left side, bottom of your screen. Babb lines up with Loy on the top of the screen. To the right side, the wide side of the field. Quarterback Donovan Whitten. To his left is Jay-Sean Davis. Davis gets the carry, sprints upfield. He's got a big gain, runs over a defender and will fall. Courageous tackle, but still a nice gain by Bailey and a first down. That is a Welch Funeral Home first down.
And Davis, not discouraged by the last play being called back here. He gets almost all the yardage back with another huge run, picking up the first down for Arkadelphia, and now they're in the red zone.
Now I'm going to open the door and walk outside so I can see that corner of the end zone. Here's a play. Short gain this time by Arkadelphia.
And a good read there from the snap. Harmony Grove able to wrap up Davis pretty quickly on that one.
I'm not walking under the ladder, but I am standing with the binoculars in between just so I can get a view of the corner of the end zone in case we need it. Arkadelphia with second down and about 8 coming, between 7 and 8. Whitten looks to the sideline to get the play. Jay-Sean Davis to his left side. Babb, Loy, and Bailey to the right side, near the right tackle. Tight formation for Arkadelphia. Whitten with the snap count. Here's the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. Davis is hit this time, wrapped up his legs, and he got a short gain. So third down coming.
And Harmony Grove has given up some huge runs tonight to Jay-Sean Davis, but they've done a great job of adjusting to Davis's runs, able to bring him down with minimal damage done on this set of downs. And now Harmony Grove looking to make a stand in their own red zone.
Badgers line up, one receiver wide to the right. And this is a pass. Now Whitten wants to run. He's got some room. He's to the 10. Whitten to the 5. Touchdown, Arkadelphia.
And how about the spacing on that play from the Badgers? Not sure if that was a designed run play or just a great job of rolling out of the pocket right there, but Whitten had nothing but green grass ahead of him as he darted to the end zone for an Arkadelphia touchdown. And now the Badgers, with this PAT, a chance to go up by 29.
Here's the extra point attempt. Spencer Allen's kick is up, and it is perfect once again. What a great job he's done all year long. He nailed that extra point. Tell you what, we also want to say thank you for calling a play that went to the right side of the end zone, so we got a nice view of it. Arkadelphia scored the touchdown, got the extra point. It's the Badgers 35, Harmony Grove 6 with 4:12 left before halftime. We'll be back after this.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown Arkadelphia.
Boy, I love the way that Arkadelphia lines up for a kickoff. You don't know if it's going to be Allen with the onside kick or Brock Curry with a long kickoff, and it is Curry this time. Ball bounces. It's going to be bobbled but picked up and run back to the 15, to the 20. Here's a big run back to the 30, 35. He might go. This is a big return. Spencer Allen's going to try to run him down. Allen at the 20, at the 10. He does make the tackle. Big tackle by Spencer Allen at the 6-yard line.
And right there, a huge return from Harmony Grove to start off this drive with phenomenal field position. Looks like he's going to be down inside the 10, make it the 6 or 7 yard line. Lot to cheer about on that play, but how about Spencer Allen, the kicker? He faced some blocks there, but did not give up on the play, and he ran his man down. And in fact, they'll say he was taken down at the 8 yard line on that play.
Troy Potter on the kickoff return. Really good kick return for Harmony Grove. First down and goal at the Arkadelphia 8 yard line. Williams at quarterback. Will hand off. Power play to the right side. A gain up to the 5, at least near the 5 yard line. Arkadelphia player a little slow in getting up, but I think everybody's all right. Looks like he's going to stay in the game. That was a gain of 3, so it's second and goal from the 5. And the officials are talking to the sideline, saying you guys need to be careful and make sure that you stay on the sideline. No penalty, just a warning. Williams gets the play from the sideline and goes back to the huddle. Once again, they're in no hurry with still 22 seconds on the play clock. 3:35 left counting in the second quarter. Arkadelphia 35, Harmony Grove 6, but the Cardinals are trying to score at the Arkadelphia 6 yard line, second and goal. They'll run the option to the left side. Williams breaks the tackle and then cannot get away from Jay Sean Davis, who made a nice tackle. And it's a gain of only 1 to the 5. Third down and goal.
And there Davis bursting through the front lines and able to take down Williams by his jersey on that play. Was a good wrap-up. And now Arkadelphia perhaps looking to make a goal line stand. Maybe a little bit of payback from that first goal line stand that opened up this game. We'll see if they can get one here.
Potter is the left halfback, the young man who had the kickoff return. But they want to pass. Here's a throw. It is incomplete at the 5 yard line. It's fourth down and goal. Intended receiver for Harmony Grove was West Locke, who caught the long pass earlier. And defending for Arkadelphia was the very fine linebacker Marvion Berry, only a junior.
And Williams did have a man in the flats there, but Berry doing a great job of reading the pass and is able to disrupt the play there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, if he had caught the ball, he would not have gained anything, right? So well defended by Arkadelphia. Fourth down and goal. Harmony Grove lines up. On fourth down, he wants to pass again. Looking to the back of the end zone, he throws it, and it's dropped and incomplete. He got it to the back of the end zone. It looked like Maddox Moore might be able to pull it in, but just as he was trying and falling, he lost control of the ball. So Arkadelphia avoids giving up points, takes over on downs. They got a long field in front of them, but a touchdown in the last 2:36 could create the good sportsmanship rule, or would create that for the second half. 2:36 left, third quarter. So Arkadelphia is going to come out firing, I think, to try to, I should have said second quarter. Thank you, Chase. And they want to come out now and try to make this long 95-yard touchdown drive to turn it into a good sportsmanship rule for the second half. Let's see. Arkadelphia lines up. They're going to run the football. They're going to make yardage. This is Bailey. Bailey around the far sideline across the 30-yard line and knocked out of bounds. Now, Harmony Grove was not ready for that. A little pitch out to the right side.
And again, we've talked about how dangerous Bailey is when he gets into space. Another prime example right here. Bailey got some good blocks, had a little bit of green grass ahead of him, and charged forward for some good yardage.
Running play right up the middle. This is Davis. Davis hit hard from the side, but he's still going to make 9 yards on the play to the 41-yard line. Davis has been piling up yardage and giving out more punishment than he's taken, but that was a tough hit that time. Coming from the left of the runner, Ed Newton, the fine running back, made the tackle, playing defense for Harmony Grove. On 2nd down and 1, Arkadelphia will fake a handoff, and here comes Whitten. Whitten wants to run. He's going to have a first down and a little bit more as he'll go down at the 44-yard line. 1st down and 10. A couple of players tangled up on the far side, but no flag down. They simply are separated and will continue to play. Ball at the 44-yard line. 1st down and 10, Arkadelphia. Badgers line up with 3 receivers on the bottom of your screen to the left side, the wide side of the field. But they'll run it. Here's Davis again up the middle. He's going to find not much of a hole, but he carries Cardinals for 8-9 yards.
And Davis, early contact on that run, but that wasn't going to stop him. He just kept charging forward, and he carried a flock of Cardinals with him along the way.
He must be a monster in the weight room because he just picked up about, 600 pounds, 700 pounds, and carried him down the field. Back to pass is Whitten, looking long. He's going to fire it deep. He is looking for Loy and overthrows it, incomplete.
And for a second there, it looked like we might have had a rerun from that earlier touchdown connection with Loy, but this pass just had a little too much mustard on it.
2nd down. 10 yards to go for Arkadelphia. Ball at the Harmony Grove 46-yard line. Still plenty of time, 1:11 left here in the 2nd quarter. Bailey, and Babb on the left side. Whitten wants to throw the ball under some pressure. He steps up, now moves to his left, looking downfield. He wants to run. He'll make some yardage to the 45, near the 40-yard line. He'll go out of bounds. 3rd down coming, but that's a good gain.
Good adjustment there from Whitten as the pocket was collapsing. Didn't panic, showed poise on that one, and was able to run a few yards before stepping out of bounds, making this a much more manageable 3rd down for Arkadelphia.
3rd down, 4 yards to go for the Badgers. 4-down territory, no doubt. Ball at the 40-yard line of Harmony Grove. They're going to pitch it to Davis. Davis coming to his right. He's got some yardage to the 30, to the 25-20. Hits a defender and keeps going. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. Oh, my.
And what a huge run there for Arkadelphia's senior. Got some space, good blocks to the right side off the pitch. And we're going to take another look at it right here. Now, for our Madden players who are watching this broadcast, looked like he tried to pull out a hit stick there on Davis, but it didn't matter. He was still charging forward for an Arkadelphia touchdown.
Spencer Allen on for the kick. His first kick since he made a touchdown-saving tackle on a kickoff a few moments ago. Here's the kick. It is perfect, and Arkadelphia has stretched out its lead. Now it's the Badgers 42, Harmony Grove 6, with 50 seconds left in the first half. Been quite a first half. Signal a little shaky right now. We want you to stay with us. It comes and goes a little bit here in Haskell, but we're ready to go to a break. Arkadelphia leading 42-6.
As a family-owned sporting goods supplier since 1950, Southwest Sporting Goods understands the value of customer service and is committed to providing the best quality customer service and merchandise available. Southwest Sporting Goods is located in Arkadelphia, but also has salesmen that cover the entire state of Arkansas to help ensure that their customers will receive the best customer service and pricing that can be found. Southwest Sporting Goods, located in downtown Arkadelphia, supporting the Badgers since 1950.
Arkadelphia setting to kick off now. You never know it's going to be an onside kick or a long kickoff. Spencer Allen has had success once tonight with the onside kick. Tried it a couple of other times, and we've seen some long kickoffs coming from Brock. Will it be a Brock Curry kickoff or a Spencer Allen kickoff? Let's say Brock Curry this time. Kick is long, returnable, going to come from the 7-yard line. Here's the return up to the 20-25. This time Arkadelphia covers it well. Several Badgers in on the play, including Carter Babb. Also, Ware is in for that tackle. Arkadelphia covered it well. After the long kickoff return inside the 10-yard line, this kickoff return is much, much shorter, and Harmony Grove, only 43 seconds left before the end of the half. Arkadelphia leading by the mercy rule at 42-6. We'll see if that takes place in the second half. It will, unless Harmony Grove can score in the next 43 seconds. Williams at quarterback. If you cannot read his number, just look for the white bandana coming out of the back of his helmet. Plays on defense also, one of the leading tacklers for the team as well as the quarterback. Same formation, and they will run it. Counterplay, not much there. Well defended by the Badgers. Barry helped make the tackle. And Arkadelphia had several people in by the end of that play. Hayden Harper, one of them.
And that time, Haskell once again going up the middle. They've had tough sledding thus far in this one on those types of runs. No different here, only able to get a couple of yards.
This might be the last play of the first half. 11 seconds left. And they're going to run a counter play again, and it will not gain yardage. Going to be a gain of only 1 or 2. We're down to 3, 2, 1. We have reached halftime here at Harmony Grove High School, and Arkadelphia leads in the contest 42-6. Big lead for Arkadelphia here at halftime. A great performance offensively and defensively for the Badgers.
It's been an all-around excellent performance for Arkadelphia thus far. Couldn't ask for a better start on the road. And the Badgers going to enjoy a good sportsman rule lead when we head out of the locker rooms.
We're at Red Parker Field. Arkadelphia looking very, very strong, making a statement with some good play here in the first half at Harmony Grove. We'll be back with the halftime show after this.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says go Badgers.
Call State Farm agent Austin Wingfield at 870-246-2162 today.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says go Badgers.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands. Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Momentarily, we're going to bring you the halftime show of the Arkadelphia High School Band, and what a show it is. A winner last Saturday, going to be in competition again tomorrow, and momentarily we'll bring you that show. We are on the home side, so you're going to be able to see it from this angle. We're very, very pleased with that, and I'm going to move my headset to a spot where you can hear the band well also. The Arkadelphia High School Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arkadelphia High School is proud to present for your halftime entertainment, sponsored by Southern Bancorp Arkadelphia, your five-time state champions, the Arkadelphia Badger Pride Marching Band! The Arkadelphia Badger Pride Marching Band will be presented for the 2021 competition show Lights from Above. School's musical selections tonight include 1,000 Airplanes on the Roof by Philip Glass, One Day I'll Fly Away from Moulin Rouge, soloist Calvin Party, Tame the Perilous Skies by David Holstinger, and Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz, featuring our famous combo of Josh Myrtle on Barry Sands, Mason McNeil, and Vincent Carson Booth on guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for takeoff and join me in welcoming drum major and pilot Colson McKinney and the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please be seated, fasten your seatbelt, and enjoy your flight.
That was A View from Above, the 2021 competition show from the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band under the field direction of Colson McKinney. The band will be in competition tomorrow at Championship in the Rock at War Memorial Stadium. Wish them luck tomorrow as they have their second competition in preparation for the November 2nd State Marching Championships. You're watching the Southern Bancorp Badger Halftime Show. At halftime, your score, Arkadelphia 42, Haskell Harmony Grove 6. We'll be back. Jim Rothwell will join us with a look at the first half statistics. When we come back, you're watching ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. We'll be back after this timeout.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
For over 75 years, Mary and Martha's Florist and Gifts on Main Street in Arkadelphia has served the people of Arkadelphia and her surrounding communities, providing a wide variety of floral and gift needs. Do you have a special occasion that calls for just the right touch of creativity? Join the many who called David Goodman at Mary and Martha's to create a floral arrangement to fit their needs and budget. Call Mary and Martha's at 870-246-2446 or visit their location at 921 Main Street in Arkadelphia. Mary and Martha's Florist is a proud supporter of the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
Thanks for meeting me here.
No problem. You know, Farm Bureau Insurance has local agents making this kind of thing real easy.
Well, your auto insurance has saved me a lot on old Becky here.
Harold, your dog swallowed the remote again.
Who's that?
Older Becky.
Oh. Ugh.
Real service, real people. That's Farm Bureau Insurance.
Call Clark County Farm Bureau today at 870-246-4554.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp halftime show. Chris Babb with Jim Rothwell. And Jim, it was an exciting first half. Arkadelphia struggled on the first drive, got stopped at the 1 yard line. Jay-Sean Davis stopped just short of the end zone, but the rest of the first half went the way of Arkadelphia. Let's take a look at some of those first half statistics for the Badgers, with a 36-point lead here at halftime.
That was about the only time he was stopped in that first half. He's on that drive. He ended up one reception for 13 yards, but 17 carries, 183 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The only other mistake he may have made was that fumble, but Arkadelphia recovered it. And just a dominating first half by Davis, running over people, showing his speed. Very impressive in that first half. And then Donovan Whitten just solid. 3 out of 5 on completions for 82 yards, some big plays. Again, a couple of passes with the win we've had. He overthrew one. Lloyd probably would have been a touchdown with that. So.
Yeah. Jay-Sean Davis, 17 carries, 183 yards, 3 touchdowns. Braylon Bailey with 3 carries for 72 yards and a touchdown. Let's see, that's Donovan Whitten, 4 carries, 48 yards, 1 touchdown. Receiving, Donovan Whitten was only 3 of 5 for 82 yards, but one of those to Jay-Sean for 13 yards. Alex Lloyd, 2 for 69 and a touchdown. It's been Jay-Sean Davis and Alex Lloyd with a little bit of Donovan Whitten. Those 3 have been the offense. Braylon Bailey had some huge special teams plays, but also a couple of good rushes as well.
That's right. Almost 400 yards. My guess is we won't see much of that in the second half because we'll see a lot of the backups in and playing the second half. So those numbers are probably pretty well set for the game, but that's pretty good first half.
Pretty good first half. Let's take a look at the defense, Jim.
Defense, a great job. Haskell Harmony Grove has moved the ball some, but only 1 out of 7 passing for 33 yards. That was the one big play there that set up a touchdown, I believe, for them. But other than that, just hasn't been able to complete any passes. Some of that's the wind. Running game, this is a team that likes to run the ball. They've got 53 yards running. That's less than 3 yards to carry. We say 3 yards in a cloud of dust. If you don't get to the 3 yards average, it's not going to make it. You're not going to make it.
No.
And they didn't.
Yeah, that defense really did a nice job of really, there was one drive Harmony Grove had. Then the Badgers really tightened up on defense, and they got them a defensive stop in the goal also.
Harmony Grove started with on the option trying to hit the outside and did a pretty good job on that. I think they picked up 7 yards on one play early and maybe even 11 or something like that. And they seemed to go away from that when that seemed to be where they were able to pick up the yardage there, trying to hit the middle there. And the fullbacks just have not been effective at all. Again, in this kind of offense, you depend on your fullback dive play to get this going. The two fullbacks have 29 yards between them. That's not going to be very effective.
Well, and it's been sure tackling. We talked to Coach Shucker in the pregame show that the Badgers were going to have to play their assignments and also be sure tackling, and they have done that. The Badger defense, and you have more linebackers and defensive linemen. Coach Shucker talked about it before the game, but it's really been sure tackling for the Badgers.
It really has. There was a couple times, I remember one in particular where one of the backs for Harmony Grove was just about to break it, and someone grabbed him by the foot, and it was enough to keep it to like a 2 or 3 yard run. And then heads up on the runners in the middle with that fullback gets that dive play. There's 3 or 4 Badgers right there on top of him.
Let's talk about also the best field position Harmony Grove had on the night was the kickoff return. They had 1st and goal. Arkadelphia gets a defensive stop, and that really the game wasn't in doubt, but that defensive stop really went a long way to kind of, it set up the offense for that 95-yard drive.
It really did. Arkadelphia's done what they needed to against this team. Even though they didn't score that first drive, they had 2 touchdowns on the board before Harmony Grove saw the ball again. And that made a difference because against a team like this, you want to get the lead and then make them come after you with something they're not comfortable with. They're going to take time between plays. It's going to be slow. They're going to get anxious and try to throw the ball, and then you can pick some off, or they're going to miss some, and you're going to get them in a 3rd and long situation. And that's what Arkadelphia did.
And the Badger defense played well, so did the offense, and that's where we are at halftime. Arkadelphia 42, Harmony Grove 6. That'll wrap up the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. After this break, Dr. Jeff Root will hop back in the saddle, and we'll have the second half of action when we return from Haskell Harmony Grove. Arkadelphia 42, Haskell Harmony Grove 6. We'll be back after this timeout.
When severe weather knocks you down, Shelter Insurance is there to help pick you up. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In Arkadelphia, contact Shelter Agent Chad Kesterson.
Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consulting. Contact Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner Rogers Manning & Plyler says, "Go Badgers!"
For over 75 years, Mary and Martha's Florist and Gifts on Main Street in Arkadelphia has served the people of Arkadelphia and her surrounding communities, providing a wide variety of floral and gift needs. Do you have a special occasion that calls for just the right touch of creativity? Join the many who call David Goodman at Mary and Martha's to create a floral arrangement to fit their needs and budget. Call Mary and Martha's at 870-246-2446 or visit their location at 921 Main Street in Arkadelphia. Mary and Martha's Florist is a proud supporter of the Arkadelphia Badgers.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Austin Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Roadrunner is fueling good 1 gallon at a time, including for our very own Arkadelphia Badgers. When you fill up at Roadrunner's designated spirit pump on Pine Street at I-30, 3 cents of every gallon will go straight back to our school. This fall, Roadrunner is giving us the option to fill our tanks and our cups with a free fountain drink when we show our spirit pump receipt. In just 2 years, Roadrunner has donated more than $75,000 to local schools through this community-based initiative. We can't drop the ball now. This football season, let's head to Roadrunner to support our Badgers. Follow Roadrunner Stores on Facebook or visit roadrunnerstores.com for more information.
63 degrees and dropping here in Haskell at Harmony Grove High School. It's Arkadelphia 42, Harmony Grove 6 here at halftime. So when we begin the second half momentarily, we will have a rolling clock. We are in the good sportsmanship rule here for the second half. We want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to Jim Rothwell for the statistical report. Quite a night for Jay Sean Davis tonight, quite a night for Donovan Whitten, and quite a night for Alex Loy, as well as that offensive line. Everybody playing well offensively and defensively, holding Fountain Harmony Grove, I should say, to only 6 points for the half.
Jim also looked up a few scores for us around the conference, just a couple of interest at halftime. The Robinson trails Malvern 6-0 is the score we saw on Fearless Friday. So that score is what we have seen. And then at halftime in Nashville, Ashdown leads the Scrappers 20-15.
Tell you what, I'd be interested to know, Chris, if weather played a part in that Robinson-Malvern game, because we saw some dark clouds over this stadium, but it never did rain on us.
Right, and that game is in Malvern, Claude Mann Stadium, and also Malvern playing without Cedric Simmons. Cedric, the very highly acclaimed junior quarterback, they're just an absolute one of the best athletes in the conference. Not playing, he injured his knee earlier in the season and has been out.
Run up the middle on the kickoff return. A nice return across the 30 to the 31-yard line. First down and 10 for Harmony Grove at that spot.
Number 32, Landon Matthews on the return.
Matthews on the return. It looks like he might have been injured or maybe some equipment is tangled up. Badger was a little slow in getting up. Matthews slow in getting up. Now I think they are going to be all right. I think that might have been.
I think D'Angelo Buckley and No, it looks like Dakota Black. The helmet for Dakota Black was stuck to the ball carrier, and so they had to get Black out of the helmet and detach the player so they could get going.
Good news is everybody is okay, as they were down for a moment, but they're all right. Just had to separate the equipment. And we're set for second half action.
We do have the second team defense in for Arkadelphia line. Jakari Scott, Jacoby Scott. You see Tucker Guy there, Dakota Black on the outside. Bring some of those names as we go along as well.
So good to see the younger players get experience, and one decided to jump a little too soon. You get in there, you get some varsity playing time, you get a little bit anxious, and so Arkadelphia jumped off sides. First down and 5 for Harmony Grove.
See Alex Gatlin, Nick Williams, Chase Vantelborg, Zane Thomason, Kelburn Middleton, starting defensive back, Lamont Jones. Those two are the safeties in the right of your screen, but with this different defensive alignment, you hadn't had the need for as many defensive backs.
On first down and 5, they'll run the ball, and it goes to Newton, who is picked up and carried backwards by the Arkadelphia Badgers. They finally blow the whistle, a short gain. It's going to be third down and about 3. They give me a pretty good spot to the 40-yard line. Second down, I should say, and 2 yards to go. Quite a tackle there. I'll tell you what, Chris, Nick Williams, really good game last week. Good to see him back in playing this week, too.
It is, and, we would love to call. It's easy to tell when Jayshon Davis has the ball, when Alex Loy catches a touchdown pass, Donovan's running. We'd love to call all those defensive players, but against an offense like this, it is hard to be able to see who makes the initial tackles.
Lots of gang tackling. That's a good sign for the Badger defense. Arkadelphia may have jumped, no flag. Running play, and it's going to be a first down for Harmony Grove. They had a first and 5, and 2 more plays. They're going to make a first down. Looked like that time Arkadelphia maybe had McLean on the tackle.
Yeah, Cade McLean got that tackle. 5 defensive linemen, 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers creeping up, playing those defensive end positions, so 5-man front. Couple of linebackers there, so 9 men basically in the box for Arkadelphia against this Harmony Grove offense.
Don't be surprised that Harmony Grove has its first team offense in. For one thing, they only got about 30 dressed out tonight. They want to work this first team offense a little bit more in this ball game tonight. On first down, they're going to run the option. A handoff up the middle gains very little. That second team interior line just as tough as the first teamers on that play.
Boy, Jakari Scott right there, Dakota Black, Tucker Guy. The Scott twins, Jakari and Jacoby, plugging up that middle of that defensive line, doing a great job. Those 2 guys, juniors, Black a senior, Guy a sophomore on that right end of that defensive line. Thought Williams might have kept that one and come around the outside. They hadn't done that too much. They've had some success early on their first drive, but haven't gone to that too much.
I've been surprised by that, Chris, because they did get some yardage going wide on their first possession. Running up the middle has not been prosperous for the Cardinals. Second down, 9 yards to go. This time they are going to go wide. The quarterback will keep it, but he's going to be hit and dropped after a short gain himself. Third down and about 5. We'll see where they spot it.
Tucker Guy with the great read that time. Assignment football, that's what you got to do. You got the Scott twins, Alex Gatlin, Tucker Guy on that right side. He did a nice job of stringing it out and making a nice tackle on that quarterback.
Harmony Grove at the Cardinals' 48-yard line. Third down, 5 yards to go. They're going to send in a new halfback.
3rd and 5. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to get one of these tight ends out in some open space, try to take advantage of the new secondary.
Bonds has check in on the right halfback slot. He will block, and off tackle it goes. There's a good run, but I think it might be a half-yard short. Let's see where they'll spot this.
I believe so. It's going to be 4th and 1. Nick Williams with the tackle there went down low and tackled him at the legs to bring up a big 4th. That's a long one, Jeff.
It is. It is. And so it's 4th down and 1. Yeah, it's almost 2. 4th and a long yard.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if they go on a hard count and try to get a free 5 yards to reset the chains.
It worked earlier. They may try it again. Williams came to the sideline, got the play. Now he's back to the huddle, and once again, they're not in a hurry. 10 seconds left on the play clock. McCormick is the center. He's also the kicker. Williams at quarterback. Quarterback sneak, and he's going to have it as he follows McCormick and makes the first down. Whistle finally blows as he got out to about the 44-yard line of Arkadelphia.
Yeah, it's the first time they've done a quick snap. You know, Williams went up under center. We saw them draw the offsides penalty in the first half when you do that almost like the Tom Landry offensive lineman set where you kind of go to your knees and then go down. Arkadelphia jump. That time, Williams just went up and on a quick count caught the Badgers off guard and was able to get across the 45 for the first down.
We're almost halfway through the third quarter. They're running the ball a lot. Of course, we're in the good sportsmanship rule anyway. Arkadelphia leading 42-6. Harmony Grove will hand off. Coming to the left side and making some yardage for Harmony Grove is Maddox Moore.
They got that halfback on the right side, a little misdirection. He followed his blockers, had a pulling guard from the right side, and was able to get ahead of the sticks. You know, Chase talked about it in the first half. That's what Harmony Grove wants to do, is stay ahead of the sticks, meaning where they don't have those second and long, third and long situations. 2nd and 3 is absolutely right up Harmony Grove's alley.
Williams has thrown a little bit more than I expected in this game. We'll see if he'll throw on 2nd down and only 3. Had one big completion, but has missed his target a few times tonight also. And they're going to keep it on the ground. Williams himself now a late pitch, and there's some yardage to the 30, to the 25, dragged out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and a flag goes down on the tackle.
Yeah, it's going to be a horse collar against Arkadelphia. It was a nice pitch by Williams, and that's going to be an additional probably half the distance for Harmony Grove. So that'll put Harmony Grove most likely first and 10, maybe first and goal, but was a horse collar, so it'll be an additional yards.
Good aggressive tackle, but the technique was a little off as he dragged him out of bounds. It was a good pitch. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that tonight.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be a 1st and 10 just outside the 10-yard line, so yeah, it's going to be at the 12. So, but yeah, I agree. I mean, they had success in the first half, but they've not gone to it very much, and that was to the short side of the field as well.
Back of the football, just touching the 12-yard line. It's 1st down and 10 for Harmony Grove. First drive of the second half, and we're down to 4:18 left in the third quarter. Handoff up the middle. Good run, but a hit. Arkadelphia trying to pull him down as he goes inside the 5. That's a good run. And they're going to mark him down, I think, at the 3-yard line. That's a very good run. Tough run on the inside.
Well, that's going to give him credit with 9 yards. So 2nd and 1 at the 3. It's just a strong run off right tackle and was able to find a little gap, kept his legs running, and was able to get into that defensive secondary for Arkadelphia. Kelburn Middleton ended up finishing him off with Tucker Guy at linebacker also.
That was one of the Potter brothers carrying the ball that time. His brother, Troy, had a long kickoff return in the first half, and he made his name known on that carry. 3:33 left, clock running. Handoff. That's Potter again. He's not going to make it to the end zone. Good fighting by that Arkadelphia defense. Again, second-team Arkadelphia defense getting some good experience here on a Friday night against a first-team offense of a conference opponent.
Dakota Black and Nick Williams there. You know, they brought those two halfbacks to try to distract the defense and bring those two right halfbacks to the left side and give it to the fullback up the middle. But it didn't quite work, but it is going to be 1st and goal.
From the 1-yard line, 1st down and 10 for Harmony Grove. They're going to send in a new back. That's going to be Evan Jackson. He's a junior.
You know, originally this is what Harmony Grove wants to do, take up the whole quarter. but they'd like to do it obviously earlier in the game, and here we are with almost 2.5 minutes left.
Oh, and now Harmony Grove jumps offside. They're going to back them up by 5, but the clock will continue to run. We are in the good sportsmanship rule, so by the time they snap it, it's going to be close to only 2 minutes left in the third quarter. This is going to go fast.
You know, when I was starting this, I guess it was probably 25 years ago. I was in the booth with you as a student. I caught myself a lot of times saying, "That's right, Jeff," and I almost just said it again because that is right. This is going fast.
Well, sometimes I'm right.
Oh yeah.
Not always.
Deborah more often, but
there you go. Yeah,
she's in here, by the way.
Yeah. All right. First down and goal from 5 yards back further, and there's a running play. It's going to get part of that yardage back, but not all of it. Good gang tackling by Arkadelphia against Evan Jackson.
Boy, Arkadelphia has players running to the football. You like to see that. That was from the right halfback going to the left side. The defensive linemen, we've talked about the Scott twins, Jakiri and Jacoby. They stood them up. Tucker Guy and Dakota Black were there, and that defensive secondary just really came in from the backside to keep the running back from getting any bigger gain. And now it's second and goal from just inside the 5. It's been a good red zone stand from the first and goal position for this defense.
A lot of sophomores, juniors on the field on defense for Arkadelphia. Second down and goal, ball at the 4-yard line now. Running play, off tackle. This is Potter. He's just about there, and he lost the ball. Arkadelphia picks it up, and here's a return to the 3-4-yard line.
They have not signaled.
They have not signaled a touchdown.
They've not signaled a fumble either. I think
they called him down.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Down at the 1-yard line. I guess the ball came out as his back hit the ground.
One of our friends in front of us said he's either down or it's a touchdown, but regardless, it's third and goal is another good play, and these guys, they got a little pride in them too. They want to come up with a stop, and this will be the last play of the third quarter.
One possession in this quarter.
Yeah.
Wow. They will have to snap it in the next 13 seconds. To the line of scrimmage comes Harmony Grove. It's third down and goal. They're at the 1-yard line. And they're going to hand it off to the fullback, and he is in. He scores. And Harmony Grove has just put 6 on the board. Harmony Grove got 6 in the first half, and they just put 6 on with a literally 12-minute drive here in the third quarter with the clock continuously running.
Now they're going to stop it so they can
kick the extra
point, but they might go ahead and roll it right after that. If not, we'll adjust on our end.
McCormick, the center, is on for the extra point attempt. His first extra point was blocked by Arkadelphia. This one is up and
no good.
No good. Punched it off to the right, no good. And so it is Arkadelphia 42, Harmony Grove 12. That is the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, and we would like to say Providence Veterinary Care, we thank you for sponsoring the third quarter. Unfortunately, they didn't have their logo up there too long tonight, but so we want to stick around a little bit and kind of give Providence Veterinary Care their props for being a sponsor, but because they might get their money worth in some games, but not tonight.
You're right, Chris. I tell you, when you sponsor an entire quarter, you expect your logo to be up more than exactly 12 minutes. And that's how long it took to play the third quarter, as it was a one-possession drive that took that 12 minutes. We're in the good sportsmanship rule. Arkadelphia with a 42-6 lead at halftime. It's now 42-12 after that score by Harmony Grove.
Locally owned and operated, Java Primo is the official coffee house of ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. In addition to coffee, drinks, and desserts, we also have wonderful options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Shop our gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com or visit us on Main Street in historic downtown Arkadelphia. Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more says, Go Badgers!
In the time it takes me to type out a text, we have run through the third quarter.
That's pretty good.
Arkadelphia 42, Harmony Grove 12.
Watching for the onside. This is what they did last time, but they were going to break the huddle now. Probably not try the onside kick, but you saw that earlier when they did try the onside kick earlier. The kicker was looking around, waiting for the white hat to actually start the play, and he never did, and that's why they couldn't quite get what they wanted to get.
Kickoff return
kick.
option now for Bailey. Here he comes to the middle of the field looking for a hole. He's going to find one, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. He's got to break one more, and they're going to pull him down as he crosses the 50 and makes it to the 47-yard line of Harmony Grove.
Boy, Braylon Bailey is just fun to watch with the football. You know, I mean, he's shifty, he finds holes, he can cut. He's just an absolute joy to watch, whether he's returning kicks. He's going to break one at some point. He is going to break a kickoff return, and he is fun to watch with the football, whether it's in the open, all the time in the open field, but whether it's from a kickoff return or a handoff.
And that might be the last time we see him touch the ball tonight as we are into the fourth quarter and a good sportsmanship rule game. We do see Whitten because Arkadelphia's a little thin at quarterback right now.
Right.
Injury to Cade McBride. So Whitten stays in to run the show on offense.
D'Angelo Buckley in the backfield, probably see a steady diet of Buckley.
They got to pitch it to Buckley. He'll try to get around a defender, and he can't quite do it. A loss on the play of a couple. Harmony Grove, of course, I've seen that play in the first half, and Davis has been able to run through them, but they're not expecting a pass with the 30-point Arkadelphia lead, and they were ready for that running play.
Tristan Smith, Seth Golden out to the near side for Arkadelphia. So Graham Greer, now we're going to have a timeout for Haskell Harmony Grove. Looked like they didn't have all their players on the field that they needed.
All right, a timeout. When we come back, Arkadelphia will have second down and 12 from the 49-yard line of Harmony Grove. 10:31 left in the football game. Arkadelphia 42, Harmony Grove 12. We'll be We're back at Red Parker Field in Haskell, Arkansas at Harmony Grove High School. Arkadelphia sends its offense back out there. And once again, Whitten is in the game because Arkadelphia doesn't have its regular backup quarterback available tonight.
Cade McBride not dressed out with got a wrap on his hand, so it's going to be Donovan Whitten handing the ball off and maybe throwing some swing passes to Golden or Smith or other receivers.
Up the middle it goes to Buckley. He's going to get the yardage back he lost on first down, but it's third down, 10 yards to go. Arkadelphia wants to keep the possession alive, so they might throw it on 3rd and 10. We'll
Carson
see.
Wilson also in the game at receiver for Arkadelphia.
They're going to pitch it wide to Buckley. He is hit immediately, breaks that tackle, now hit again, and he'll make yardage up to the 44-yard line for a pickup of 3. Well, you expect to run. There's one running back in the game, so they're just sprinting to wherever Buckley goes right now. But on 4th down and 7, let's see if Arkadelphia decides to throw the ball. 3 receivers, top of the screen. 1 to the bottom of the screen. Back to pass. Whitten throws it short. Complete to Buckley. Buckley, after the catch, makes a nice run. That will be a Welch Funeral Home first down.
That's a good play design. You have the 3 receivers to this side, the near side, which was the short side of the field. They take their defenders out, and D'Angelo Buckley sneaks out of the backfield for the first down, for the catch, and was able to get just enough for a first down.
Yeah, he needed 7. He got 8 yards. First down and 10, Arkadelphia, 36-yard line of Fountain Lake. They're going to pitch the ball, and here's a run to the left side. Hit immediately, though, and he's not going to be able to escape this. On the play for Arkadelphia was Seth Golden. We had a big game last week.
He did. A good catch from Seth Golden. Couple of catches, a long touchdown pass at the end. Got some good action as a sophomore.
Lost 3 on that play. Second down and between 12 and 13. Now a pass play to the flat. There's a catch. On the far side, a flag goes down and a gain of about 7 on the catch.
Graham Greer with the catch. There is a flag, and that came from that on the far side. So I wonder if there was an alignment issue. take a look at the offensive lineman. Jelias Solomon, the starting defensive lineman for Arkadelphia, backup offensive lineman. You got Scott in there. Judson Kuhn started at as a pass interference on Arkadelphia. Judson Kuhn started on the offensive line in the place of the injured Tucker Johnson. But Judson moves over to stay in the game and play center. Also in the game for Arkadelphia on the offensive line now is Hunter Blakeney, the sophomore on the line. And then you have the Scott twins, Jacoby Scott, Jakiri Scott.
Looked like maybe one of the receivers started blocking before the ball was caught, so pass interference against the offense. That'll spot the ball all the way back to the Arkadelphia 47-yard line. Clock does continue to run. We're under 7:19 left and running in the fourth quarter. Arkadelphia led by 36 at halftime, so we're in the good sportsmanship rule here in the second half. Back to pass, Whitten. Now he'll roll to his right, looking for some room. He will stop and be dragged down at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, it was smart of him not to try to take on runners. You don't want Donovan Whitten. You don't want Donovan taking anything on there, and he was trying to decide whether to run out of bounds or stay up. He kind of stopped and took that one for the team. Thankfully, it was not a big hit because Arkadelphia cannot afford that. That's not what you want, is have Donovan take a big hit in a situation like this.
Yeah, he's only in the game because of the injury to Cade McBride, the backup quarterback, so you don't want Whitten to try to do anything heroic with a 30-point lead and 6 minutes left in the game. He might get to throw the ball here on third down and very long, though. Let's see. Oop, flag goes down.
Well, they're going to call a delay a game, and a lot of times we're not going to stop the clock. They're going to roll, and we're good with that. A lot of times they'll allow that if the back judge looks at the ball, looks down at the play clock, because that's his responsibility. He's looking at the play clock. A lot of times if they see the zero and look down and see the ball snap, they'll let it go. But he decided to go ahead and call that one. So now it's going to be 3rd and 33, I believe.
Arkadelphia is going to line up with three receivers at the top of the screen, including Seth Golden, who had that big reception last week. One receiver at the bottom of the screen. Buckley is the running back. Whitten at quarterback. Whitten back to pass under some pressure, escapes that pressure, wants to fire it downfield, and will throw it deep. Looking for a receiver. It's going to be intercepted and brought down at the 34-yard line. So the fans are standing. They've got something to cheer about. That's good to see for Harmony Grove, but Arkadelphia in control with a 30-point lead.
It's like a third down punt.
Very much. Now Harmony Grove trying to get some momentum for next week. And I'm trying to pick up all the papers that keep flying on the floor.
This wind is killing your stash of papers over here.
Oh, my. Well, thankfully, I just have to look at the scoreboard to know the real story tonight. Arkadelphia really poured it on offensively. Now they're going to play a little bit more defense, and we'll see this game end. Harmony Grove set offensively. They're going to run it. Up the middle it goes. There is a gain. Thomason on the tackle. A couple of other Badgers help out. Gain of 6, maybe, I think about 6 or maybe 7 on the play. We're down to under 4:30 left. The band you hear in the background is the Arkadelphia High School band, entertaining the crowd in between plays here late in the fourth quarter. And what a great halftime show. From its own 41, Harmony Grove lines up. And they're going to hand off to a halfback who's going to come around the left tackle, break a tackle. Here's a good run to the 40. Brock Curry will drag him down. Tackle by Curry as he pushed him out of bounds. But Jackson made a nice run, and Harmony Grove is going to try to score one more time before the end of this game.
I got to give it to the PA announcer. He is staying into it. He's not going to have a voice tomorrow, but he is staying with it.
Yeah,
now,
it would be amazing to hear him in a close game because he is enthusiastic. Nice guy, too. We met him before the game started. Harmony Grove Handoff to the fullback. He's going to be hit hard, but he'll break a tackle and go down the field. He's inside the 10. Troy Potter on the carry. They're going to try to get another touchdown here in the second half. Arkadelphia has the 42 that it had at halftime. Harmony Grove had 6 in the first half, 6 in the third quarter, and they're trying to get 6 more here before the game ends. Only 2:45 left.
Well, Jeff, I don't have a ton of statistical update. Sorry, Jim's voice is not doing too well. He's not going to have to say a whole lot more after this one.
And here's a carry. Oh, a gain and almost a fumble, and it is short of the end zone. They got close.
Our cameraman Coleman up there is battling the wind, and the rest of the crowd up there is. He tries to get as much as he can, and then when he sees one of those elbows and arms from up there, so hats off to Coleman for working in less than perfect circumstances tonight.
All right, I have stepped outside so I can see the end zone. I hope nobody comes down this ladder. It could be painful. Williams at quarterback. Arkadelphia squeezing inside, may have jumped off sides. Let's see.
Don't stop the clock. They stopped it.
Yep, going to be offsides against the Badgers. That'll move it a foot or two. They'll have another chance. They did stop the clock.
Let's wind that clock, Trusty.
Harmony Grove really would like to put 6 more on the board.
The door just shut on your cord. I hope we didn't lose
I
it.
can still hear you. I think we're okay. Ball is almost on the goal line. Williams probably quarterback sneak right here. Williams at quarterback will hand off, and it is flag goes down. Oh my goodness!
It was not pretty.
Crowd wants a touchdown. They might not get it. And whoa, it's against Arkadelphia again. Still second down. And they stop the clock again.
Yeah,
1:23 left.
It's not too much of a penalty, so you can be as eager as you want to be.
They picked up the ball and put it back down in the same spot because the nose is almost on the goal line.
Well, the good thing is it's probably not going to come all the way to the left side out of our picture.
And quarterback sneak, he's fighting, and he is in. That is a touchdown for Harmony Grove with 1:05 left, and the clock does continue to run now. Well, I'm going to stay outside a moment and see if they kick an extra point. Had one blocked and missed another one.
And Arkadelphia not going to get the ball back. We got 54 seconds. We're rolling, and this one is going to be over.
McCormick is set for the kick.
Badger Pride Marching Band is still in it. They're getting their scoreboard chant going, staying in the game.
Snap is a little high, and flags go down. So Harmony Grove got in one more touchdown, and the officials got in one more flag.
Oh, they're going to have to stop it.
16 seconds left. I'm glad I stepped inside again because somebody just came down the ladder. Yeah, that's scary. Now I'm going to stand under it again, and we'll get a.
I think Coleman and the other filmers may be the only ones up there, and they've got work to do, so you'll be good.
Good. All right. The snap is good. The hold is perfect, and the kick is good. He got that one, and so final score, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. No kickoff needed, 1 second, and that's it. Final score tonight, Arkadelphia 42 and Harmony Grove 19.
Have you ever done a top of the hour at 9 o'clock in your post-game show, Jeff?
The second half went very, very fast because Arkadelphia really played a great first half and took a mercy lead rule here in the second.
It really was. It was just what Jim talked about at halftime. 183 yards of rushing, 200 yards of offense from Jay-Sean Davis in the first half. Donovan Whitten did a nice job of finding a couple of passes to Alex Loy, and that was really it. Arkadelphia got a stop when they needed it. They were able to get on the board, and a couple of big sudden changes after a fourth down stop, a big play, went to the end zone. That gave Arkadelphia what they needed. It was 42-6 at halftime, and the Badgers, I believe they ran 6 plays in the second half. Is that about right? Harmony Grove had it the entire third quarter, which was actually 12 minutes on your watch. Arkadelphia got it the first half of the fourth quarter, and then Harmony Grove ran out the clock at the end.
They sure did. They sure did. And they had a little bit of a good feeling maybe to take Harmony Grove into next week as they scored 2 touchdowns in the second half against the second-team Arkadelphia defense. But Arkadelphia letting some of those younger guys get some game experience, some varsity experience, important to do that. And Arkadelphia is on a roll at this point in the season, getting ready for a big game next week. When we come back, we'll have a statistical update that's going to sound a lot like the halftime stats. We'll bring that to you with Jim Rothwell, and we'll wrap up this game, talk about an offensive and defensive player of the game, and then we will talk about next week, the showdown against Ashdown. Try to bring you a few scores along the way, although we may be the first one that is finished tonight. We'll bring you what we can. Back after this.
The Board of Directors of South Central Arkansas Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fill a need other internet providers are not able to provide to our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.com or call 855-269-3429.
We are back at Red Parker Field here in Haskell, Arkansas at Harmony Grove High School. Harmony Grove played hard tonight, as we knew that they would, Chris, but I tell you what, Arkadelphia got the ball on the opening kickoff. They didn't score because of a goal line stand and really a penalty on Arkadelphia in that drive, but then after Harmony Grove had to punt the ball away, the Badgers got a quick touchdown, an onside kick, another touchdown. It was off to the races after that.
Yeah, I think that first that first onside kick was big because we talked with Coach Shucker in the pregame that possessions were going to be at a premium. If you give Harmony Grove the ball back and they're able to run clock, it's still a 7-0 game at the end of the first quarter. We saw that a couple of years ago. It was like a close game at halftime. But you get that onside kick and you're able to score quickly. So just that quickly, you've taken what was a close game and made it 14-0. You get a stop after that to make it 21, and that was kind of all she wrote.
And then to get to the mercy rule at halftime was also big because it means your younger guys can play the entire second half, as short as it was, and it also means that you're on a roll, you're going to win another game by the mercy rule, and Chris, you've got an opportunity to even rest some of those starters to make sure that they're ready for next week.
That's right. It's a big game coming up. Ashdown obviously playing tonight against just went blank. Ashdown and Nashville, the big rivalry game. And so Ashdown undefeated going into tonight. That's going to be a big one. You know, they're going to come in on a roll. They believe that this is their chance to win the 4A7. Alex Kielbach, the quarterback, Big Shamar Easter out there at tight end, going to have athletes, and they've played well. And as you mentioned, we'll try to get scores as we go. But that's a big game. Week 8. Home against Ashdown, and so the Badgers will look to really kind of end up in a tie for first place. And that Robinson-Malvern score is interesting as well.
Chris, it seems to me that even though Jim is going to wrap up his stats and bring us his stat report in just a moment, I think we can move ahead to players of the game because I already know who I'm thinking might be the offensive player of the game. What do you think?
I think we're probably looking about the same person. I think Jay-Sean Davis is who I'd have to go with. 183 yards rushing, and then almost the 200 yards of total offense in one half of play. And just really, controlled the game tonight from the offensive side of the ball.
And if he's Batman, I'd say Robin tonight was Braylon Bailey. He had a very important punt return, also ran the ball well. A very dangerous player is Bailey. Maybe it's Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, but both those guys are outstanding players.
Yeah, I mean, when Braylon Bailey has the ball, he's fun to watch. He's fun to watch in open space. He's fun to watch himself make his own open space, and he did that a lot. primarily tonight kickoff returns, but he did have a run early in the first half that really set up Arkadelphia huge, and it's just fun to watch Braylon Bailey run the ball.
We'll also not forget about Donovan Whitten, another big game. He has become, as a junior, a very experienced and very talented and tremendously dangerous quarterback.
It is, glad to see him get out of that second half. He had to play hand off and make a few passes, but the touchdown pass to Alex Lloyd that, none of us saw, none of those at home, and none of us in the booth saw it either because we just couldn't. But he threw that ball from the right hash across his body and just led Alex Lloyd to what I can only imagine was a great touchdown.
He did. I stuck my head out the window so I could see it, and what I saw was Lloyd knew that his quarterback could throw it half the distance of the field or more, and so he kept running, and I think the defender thought, well, this receiver is not going to get the ball. He's too far downfield, and the opposite was true. He threw it deep, and Lloyd got to it before the defender could.
And he did have the help of a little bit of wind. He has a strong arm anyway, but that was maybe the wind helped him there because that wind all night was kind of coming from the corner of the end zone on the visitor side across from us into that end zone. So he got some air under it, let the wind do the work, and let Alex Lloyd run under it for the touchdown.
Lloyd, tremendous receiver. We'll mention him also, but our offensive player of the game is Jay-Sean Davis. What about a defensive player of the game?
That's tough. That's tough. When I hopped on here in the second half, I said we'd like to give you a lot of names, but it is hard to tell in this type of offense when they're handing off to the fullback or the halfback, and you're having gang tackling. So I would almost, go to that entire – it was a different alignment. Usually we've seen 3 and 4 defensive linemen. You had 5 players on the line, a couple of linebackers. That's tough. We said Alex Turley's name a good amount today. We saw Landon Kewen, Max Wilson made some plays. We saw KD Young on the defensive line and Jelias Solomon. So that's tough against a play like this. I don't envy the coaches having to pick a defensive player of the game. Obviously they'll have grading and different criteria to pick than we do, but that's a tough one. Almost that whole interior of the Badger defense. If you have to pick one, it's going to be tough.
I think it's fair to say that interior line was instrumental in just stopping what Harmony Grove clearly wanted to do. Repeatedly, they tried to go up the middle, and they could just never get traction in doing that.
I agree, and they didn't try it outside very much. We talked about that a few times as well. That interior of the defensive line, the linebackers plugging those holes, really kind of disrupted what Harmony Grove wants to do.
When we come back, we'll have a stat report from Jim Rothwell, and we're going to wrap it up from here. But first, let me say thank you to all of our sponsors. What great sponsors we have supporting Arkadelphia High School, the Arkadelphia Badgers, and the community. Andy's Restaurant, Austin Wingfield State Farm, Blend Real Estate from our friend Carrie Garnett, Chad Kesterson, Shelter Insurance, Clark County Farm Bureau, Dairy Queen, Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone, Gary and Rob Rucker, Israel Wardlaw Farmers Insurance, Java Primo, Marion Martha's, Midian Digital Creations, Pediatrics Plus, Price & Company, Providence Veterinary Care, South Central Connect, Southern Bank Corp, Southwest Auto Collection, Southwest Sporting Goods, Taylor King Law, Turner, Rogers, Manning, and Plyler, Welch Funeral Home, and, of course, Roadrunner. And let us not forget Bell Wealth Services. We appreciate all of our sponsors, and we'll be back to wrap up the postgame show after this.
Andy's Restaurant at the corner of Pine Street and Walnut Street is proud to support Arkadelphia Badger football. The Badgers love Andy's biscuits, and we know you will too, so stop by for breakfast and try a biscuit or some of our great breakfast options. Stopping by later, try one of our classic items like our Andy Burger made with 100% always fresh, never frozen Grade A Black Angus beef. Want something different? How about our pork nachos or our golden fried catfish fillets with hush puppies? We have many more options as well, and don't forget ice cream and our other desserts. Andy's Restaurant, proud sponsor of Biscuits for Badgers every game day morning.
We are back at Red Parker Field at Haskell High School, Harmony Grove High School in Haskell, Arkansas. This is Jeff Root along with me, Jim Rothwell. Jim, give us a stat report.
A repeat of the first half? Yeah. Whitten was Ended up 4 out of 6. He threw a couple of times in the second half, and that was a 67% completion. Picked up a few additional yards on that one pass to Bailey, so ended up with 90 yards there passing for him. Receiving, we mentioned these in the first half, particularly Loy, 2 receptions for 69 yards. Bailey did have one in the second half, able to get a first down with that one, I believe, 8 yards. Rushing, Bailey had, that was Buckley on the reception. Bailey had 3 receptions for 72 yards. And there it comes back. Davis, 17 carries, 183 yards, all in the first half, 3 TDs. He ended up with receiving 196 yards and a half. Just tremendous job there. Whitten, 5 carries for 48 yards. Ended up 306 yards rushing for Arkadelphia. On 30 carries, that's 10 yards a carry. You would take that anytime. So almost 400 yards total offense for Arkadelphia. We're used to seeing Whitten throw for about 200 or 300. Didn't have to tonight. It was a rushing game that just carried Arkadelphia through that first half. I did have quite a few penalties, 12 penalties for 91 yards. Arkadelphia still needs to clean that up a little bit. Turnover, had the 1 interception, and it was as good as a 4th down punt at that point, so that wasn't bad. And then did have the 1 fumble that was recovered by Arkadelphia. So other than just maybe the penalties, it's about as good a game as you can play, particularly the first half.
Especially because they immediately took Harmony Grove out of their game plan.
That was the key, getting there and scoring those 2 touchdowns within 15 seconds of each other after the onside kick. That completely took them out of everything they wanted to do. We saw that in the second half. They want to take a whole quarter and drive the ball. When you're already down 14 points, you can't do that. And they weren't very effective throwing. I think he ended up 1 out of 7 there, just that 1 pass completion. You're not going to get back in a ball game doing that. And Arkadelphia just took them out of what they wanted to do.
Jim Rothwell, we appreciate it greatly. Good statistical report from you and some good stats to report if you're an Arkadelphia Badger fan. Couple of scores tonight. Shiloh Christian 42, Gentry 13. That's a third quarter score. A few other scores coming your way. Of course, we were maybe the first team done tonight because the second half went so fast. Third quarter score, Batesville Southside 43, Central Arkansas Christian 13. A couple of other scores for you. Stuttgart, a good team, and for a 22-6, a halftime lead over Clinton. That game going a little more slowly than ours is. Rivercrest at halftime, 28-12 lead over Highland. A couple of other scores for you. In the second half, it is Dardanelle 38, Fordyce 21. That's a third quarter score. So Fordyce, Jim still has a chance to come back in that contest. Let's see, Ozark over Mena 40-8 in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, Pottsville 21, Waldron 12. We have no score on the Bauxite Fountain Lake game. Robinson at halftime trailing Malvern 6-0. No update yet on that. Malvern 6, Robinson 0. A score that is surprising to me at halftime. In the fourth quarter, though, Ashdown is leading Nashville 26-21. So Nashville's playing a little bit better this week, but Ashdown does lead by 5 in the fourth quarter against Nashville. That game in Nashville. Crossett 31, Monticello 7. That's a halftime game. And Star City is beating Dumas 42-7. Warren also leading at halftime 42-7. So Arkadelphia set up for a contest next week against Ashdown, a key game in the race for the conference title and for seeds in the playoffs. Arkadelphia really working well tonight here at Harmony Grove, winning the contest. Final score was 42-19, Arkadelphia with the win, and that wraps it up from Harmony Grove High School. I want to say thank you to Jim Rothwell on stats. I want to say thank you to Chase Hartzell, who was with us tonight on the broadcast. And upstairs, running the camera, I want to say thank you to Coleman Callan, to Chris Babb, who runs the show. This is Jeff Root. Good night, everybody. And Abby, Daddy's on his way home.